Alrighty. Well, while we're waiting for Ryan to join us, Corey will probably be here in about a hour and a half or so. Let's do our recap from last time. What the hell did we do? I'm just gonna. Go ahead.
Well played.
I was gonna say we got into the High Hall and then we split up and I went upstairs.
There was definitely some of that, yes.
No, we weren't we going into the other room? There was like a really big badass guy we were supposed to deal with, or did we deal with him?
You actually you did deal with him. So you guys had you finally made your way to the High Hall. As you kind of came up into the High Hall, what you guys realized was that a large part of it was completely messed up. I'm just going to pause for a quick second because I realize Ryan's currently playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla according to Discord. So when he gets here, we're all gonna shame him.
Yeah, because I mean, he was on here at an hour ago on Discord game night. And then he saw, I think, the Google Hangouts that said, no, we don't start till another hour, and he got off.
he's currently playing Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla since then. He was not on it when he was in Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys made it into the High Hall, but you recognize that parts of it had been damaged and destroyed. It looks like it had taken some meteor hits, and parts of it crumbled from the earthquakes and lightning strikes, shooting out of the messenger, glowing darkly up in the sky. As you made your way carefully up into the High Hall, you came across some Hell Hounds that were gleefully munching on the fallen bodies of some of the defenders. You guys had a pitched battle with the Hell Hounds and learned that they breathe fire and it hurts. After taking out those Hell Hounds, you guys made your way into the High Keep, into the High Hall. And the part of the High Hall that's still standing was the High Hall Cathedral. And this was once a seat of worship for Torm and Lathander, primarily Torm, though, Torm being kind of the head deity, or most popular deity, I should say, for the city of Elturel. As you made your way into the cathedral, there were two large circular staircases leading up above you. In front, there were a number of pillars and artwork and frescoes everywhere. Huge, thick, kind of dark purple, velvety curtains hanging on chains from the ceiling that partition off different sections of the cathedral. As you stealthily made your way forward, you saw that there, ahead through some of those curtains, that there was a heavily armored figure with a few other Hell Hounds that were sniffing and looked like they were searching around this massive altar to Torm. You guys decided to go upstairs. The party got split there briefly, but you guys went upstairs and found that directly above where you had entered the cathedral was this grand choir space with benches and a pulpit where they could sing from and be led in song. And there was this giant grand pipe organ built into the rear wall with just dozens upon dozens of brass and copper pipes leading up through the ceiling. It had this massive keyboard of ivory and ebony keys, the ivory keys seeming to glow, the ebony keys seeming to absorb light, and just the draw of that pipe organ. You guys wanted to play it. And our bard extraordinaire absolutely rocked on her attempt to play the pipe organ. The clarion song rung out through the entire cathedral from the choir, rebounding off the walls. This beautiful song that you all felt emboldened by. Who can remember what that bonus was? Do you guys remember you got a bonus for playing it correctly?
Like a +, to health. Like a plus to health.
Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a plus to health. Like a
of 105.
That would be wrong. but
one of those numbers was right.
Yeah, one of those was correct. No, so because Audrey played the pipe organ so well, and was able to play and kind of get the magic of it to ring out through the cathedral again, you each have a bonus die that you have not used yet. So everybody has an extra D8 that you can only use it once, but it can be added to any attack roll, ability check, or saving throw in the next 24 hours. So we're only about 5 minutes past that point, because the moment that Audrey played it, you guys could hear the howling and barking of the Hell Hounds from downstairs. The sound of the pipe organ filled the entire cathedral. So the Hell Hounds came barking up those staircases and attacked, and then that armored figure that was with them came up afterwards. And it was this massive, he had dark armor. He had a faceless mask that seemed to kind of be almost bolted to his flesh, and like a massive pole arm that he was swinging around as he came kind of rocketing up out of that spiral staircase. But the weirdest thing about him is he didn't really make a whole lot of noise. He didn't grunt or scream or curse or really verbalize anything in any way, shape, or form. And I think you guys had realized, if I look at this here real quick, yeah, it was this guy. And I forget who it was that rolled high enough, but it was this is a Merregon. And you guys had recognized, or so one of you had recognized that what kind of a fiend it was. So a Merregon, the souls of fallen soldiers that descend into hell, mercenaries, bodyguards, faithless soldiers, etc. Any of those types of militant personas that served evil without any kind of reservation in life often find themselves in everlasting servitude in the Nine Hells as a Merregon. There's these giant faceless foot soldiers in Hell's Legion. They are often tasked with protecting the realm against intruders. They don't often make their way to the material realms, so you don't often see them like in the Forgotten Realms or in Baldur's Gate, that kind of thing. They're pretty much relegated mostly just to Hell. But they're just these huge, hulking, heavily armored figures, and they often are found leading other types of fiends. That's why this one had the two Hell Hounds on chains when you first saw him through the curtains. But again, he came barreling up into the choir because of the way you guys played the pipe organ. So you were actually able to kill both the Hell Hounds before he made it up. You guys killed them pretty damned quick. And then the group was able to attack the Merregon en force. And one against many, he did not last very long and fell before you guys. So we find ourselves still in the choir, that upstairs space in the High Hall. I am going to go ahead and preload that so we can switch over to that scene here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and start our clock once that loads, so that the time keeps going.
R.I.P. Casey Jones.
Yes. So we are right now, this is currently, I always forget if I still have that macro. I do. So we're looking at the 5th day of Flame Rule, the 11th of 1494. It's currently almost 5 p.m. In the Forgotten Realms, or in Baldur's Gate, the time that you guys were using before we came down into Elturel. So you guys have gone almost a full day. Just kind of a quick recap. You guys blasted into the eastern side of the city with Traxagor and Lulu. Traxagor immediately deserted you guys there because he was freaked out by all the hellfire and everything else going, the smoke through the air and the sight of Elturel and all the destruction around him. From that point, landing in Elturel to now we're only talking a period of about 7 or 8 hours from when you guys first appeared in the portal and have made your way all the way over here. You still have a group of those NPCs with you. I'm actually going to go ahead and load us up and activate the choir again. You may remember this is kind of exactly, I have not touched a thing since we finished off. So this is where we were. This was the Merregon. Over here, corpse of a hellhound over here in the staircase. You guys are kind of standing on top of those pews where the choir would sit and play and sing. You still have this entire group down here of NPCs that you guys have been kind of helping move along. Lulu has been protecting them. So we find ourselves getting toward the end of our first day in Elturel. Upstairs in that choir, what I would like to do before we move anything else is have everybody go ahead and roll for marching order. Did you guys get a pop-up? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got, so let me ask you guys this, with Alatar and Audrey, do you guys want to re-roll to see who gets to go second, or do you want to pick and choose between you guys?
Roll again. Ooh.
All right, so I'm just gonna set this up because you guys showed up. So Castiel's gonna get to go first. Then it's gonna be Audrey. Then we're gonna go Alatar. And now let's see here. Let's roll for. I'm gonna have the three of you each roll for one of the missing players. So Castiel, I'm gonna have you roll for Moon. Audrey, let's have you roll for Olin, and Alatar, you're gonna roll for Severius. So it looks like we're gonna have, it's gonna go Severius, Moon, Olin. And I'm just gonna do, so the marching order for tonight's gonna be Castiel, Audrey, Alatar, Severius, Moon, Olin. That's the way we'll move through each of our different orders. When Olin gets on, I'm gonna let him roll and we'll figure out kind of where he fits in it. And then when Ryan comes on, I'm gonna make him go dead last because he's playing Assassin's Creed rather than paying attention to the clock.
He did get off Assassin's Creed. Now he's probably realized he didn't eat dinner and he ran off.
Yeah, he messaged 10 minutes ago saying that his kid was having a temper tantrum that he'd be on in a minute.
By kid, he means Assassin's Creed. Yep.
He's shoving a piece of pizza up his ass right now.
Yeah, that's exactly
what he's doing. The kid probably took his controller from Assassin's Creed.
Okay, so game pause is off. We're back to live on the clock. I've got it ticking, so it'll continue to count time as we move around today. What would you guys like to do? You've got the fallen bodies of these fiends kind of slowly burning sulfurous smoke at your feet. Again, because we're in Avernus, when they die here, they die eternally. So they're not going to be coming back to haunt you guys again. So we'll start off the top of our marching order with Castiel. What would Castiel like to do? And the one thing I was going to suggest before we jump into it is if you guys have not gone through your character sheets and seen like spell slots and health and all that kind of stuff, please do so. Because again, we're like a full day here in Elturel and you guys have used a bunch of stuff, especially moving into this last fight. I think most of you, after 2 rounds with Hell Hounds and the Merregon, on top of everything you fought just to get to this place, you guys may have been a little beat up. So just make sure you're aware of that as we get into the marching order, and then that'll be Castiel first. What'd you like to do, bro?
So, obviously I want to check the bodies. I don't think we did that before we left last time. So, investigation?
Yep, let's go ahead and roll an active investigation for me, please.
Get it on my little screen, so it's hard to see it sometimes.
Is that a joke, little screen, or are you actually playing on a little screen?
No, like I have it over on my laptop screen.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Sheets, and then I have the map on my big screen.
Gotcha. Yeah. So as you search, you don't really find anything on the Hell Hounds. They're literally just giant flaming dogs. Like their chests and bellies were like full of fire and fang and teeth and that kind of stuff. But when you search over the Merregon, what you do find is that so he had a halberd and a heavy crossbow with 20 crossbow bolts on him, both of which are in good shape. I want to say, did Olin grab a heavy crossbow at one point in time? I forget. That may have been something else. But so you've got a heavy crossbow, 20 crossbow bolts, and a halberd. So the halberd is a martial melee weapon. It's basically a giant two-handed spear axe is the easiest way to think of it. There's also a heavy crossbow, which is another two-handed weapon, but it hits like a truck from distance. I think it's like a 1d10 damage roll on that sucker with a 100 or 400 foot close or far range. If you guys want, does anybody they're going to want to grab that stuff, or do you want me to just add it to the party bag for now and you can discuss it later?
I would love to shoot some people in the nuts with that crossbow.
Well, you're more than welcome to have anything you want. I don't use any of that stuff. So. I was going to suggest, I looked at Olin's character sheet, and it just says he has a light crossbow right now, so...
Yeah.
I didn't check on Severius.
Yeah, maybe swap them out.
Severius does not. He has a spear.
Because Audrey definitely needs a ranged weapon.
Yeah, so it comes down to... it's going to come down to what you guys are proficient with. Let me just check this real quick. Anybody can grab it and use it. It's just going to be whether or not, if you aren't proficient with it, you can't add your proficiency bonus on attack and damage rolls. You can still fire it, but obviously, if you could add your +2 or whatever your proficiency is, it's going to be a lot better. So the crossbow is a simple ranged, which I'm pretty sure Audrey can do.
I think everybody gets simple.
Yeah, so simple weapons and simple ranged are a little bit different. But you do have, so she has crossbow listed, which covers light hand and heavy. So Audrey could absolutely use it if she wanted to. The other item, the halberd, if somebody had like polearm master or that kind of thing to be able to use like that giant weapon, that might be useful, but you guys could certainly throw it in the bag of holding and sell it later.
I am master of pole.
Yeah, you are.
Before we do, I'm gonna do a quick add into my investigation on it since I'm looking at it already, and that's a big failure. Yeah, there I don't determine anything special or tingly about it. I was doing like a magic check on it.
Gotcha.
If I determine if it had runes or anything.
No, so you're not picking up on anything with the weapons as you look at them. Yeah. So if we want to,
I mean, if Audrey wants the heavy crossbow, I don't see any reason throwing anything that looks non-magical or whatever in our bag of holding and try to drag that shit around with us.
Yeah, it's if you wanted to try to sell it later, you could. I don't think a halberd is really all that expensive.
I was gonna say my mindset is if we get out of hell.
Let me go. I'm just gonna grab my items here real quick to grab a heavy crossbow. Where's my importer items?
Does the mask on the Casey Jones come off?
Do an investigation.
Wow, we are really good with our
Get them all out of the way now. So as you're looking at the mask, you can't see any way that it comes off. In fact, what you guys noticed when it first came kind of rushing up and out, it has like a small hole where it might be able to breathe through, and it has like 2 small holes behind which it had like these glowing red eyes, but otherwise it's just like completely flat. And it looks like it's literally bolted into his skull. Okay, so I got both of those.
So, Castiel, how are you feeling about taking a rest up here?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we could do the pews move.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Do the pews move? Obviously, I know it's part of the map, but are they bolted to the floor or anything like that, Jamie?
The pews they're just like large wooden benches. Like you can absolutely move them around. Yeah.
I would suggest we put 4 of them in each staircase because anything trying to come up is going to make a racket. Trying to get them out of the way. And then we could probably sleep in here.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we'll put the dog near one.
That way, I don't know if anybody has to not sleep, but I think everybody probably should sleep because everybody's pretty wounded. We don't have like an elf that just does a freaking trance thing that they do. So yeah, that's my suggestion. We throw 4 of the things at the top of each one, so then they kind of come up, kind of move them out of the way, and make a bunch of noise, and take our long rest.
Sounds good.
All right, so let me just ask you guys to pause for 1 second. I'm going to add that as a favorite. I'm going to edit that. Ammunition. Uses crossbow bolts. We've got 20 bolts. Okay.
Can crossbow bolts be crafted or?
You could. So, if we had enough downtime, yes. In a long rest, no.
No, I was just curious in general.
No, usually you guys would have to find or purchase those things. I've actually, so initially when we first started playing, the way that Foundry worked, I didn't have the ammunition tied to any of your bows or that kind of thing. Now I do. So like if Gary throws darts, unless he goes and reclaims the dart, he loses it. If Moon fires an arrow, it loses the arrow. I now have Audrey set up. You have a heavy crossbow, and you have 20 crossbow bolts. When you fire that crossbow, it will just automatically subtract from the crossbow bolts. You'll see that there's a 20 in parentheses next to crossbow bolts on your character sheet. It'll just automatically begin deducting down from there every time that you fire it. So as a reminder, it has a range of 100 feet. You can shoot up to 400 feet, but anything over 100, you fire with disadvantage. So it will shoot to that range, but it will be harder to hit over 100 feet. And it is, let me see here. It uses, because it's a crossbow, it does use your dexterity as its modifier, which is going to help it hit even harder, and it's a 1d10 piercing damage when you fire that. Now, just to be clear, as you're picking up this gear and kind of going through it and familiarizing yourself with the crossbow, that kind of thing, what you recognize is that the bolts are not silvered, they're not magical, they're just regular crossbow bolts. So that should now be on your character sheet. Coolly. Okay, so you guys were talking about trying to, block the stairs. Pew, pew, pew.
Whose color that is, but they're genius.
that's Dig. You and Dig are so close in the same color blue. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, so you guys are going to set pews up. I'm going to go ahead and just remove the dead bodies because it makes it easier. And it clears shit off the screen, so it's easier for you guys to move around. Keep in mind, if you do make your way down the stairs, you're going to hit those zones that will automatically teleport you over to the other map. So just be careful with that. And what I'm going to ask is, as we go through it, in that same marching order. So, Castiel goes first. He made the suggestion about the pews. You guys are going to do that. We're up to Audrey, who was grabbing the crossbow and that kind of stuff. What else would Audrey like to do?
Audrey wants to take a really long nap.
Okay. All right, so you guys are discussing taking some kind of a rest. Okay. Cool. What would Alatar like to do?
Alatar would also like to rest.
Okay, so you guys are trying to set this up where you can basically get some kind of pre-notice if something's coming up the stairs. What I'm going to do is have you guys control some of the other ones. So I'm just going to basically duplicate your order. So in the fourth spot of Severius, I'm going to let Castiel decide what Severius is going to do. What would you like our paladin and his faithful steed to do?
Sounds like our paladin just joined Discord.
Yeah, I see him joining in. We'll give him a set.
Listen and play assassin. Is he gonna listen and? That's what. I don't know. Is he just here to listen and play Assassin's Creed, or is he actually joining us?
I think that's it.
There he is. While he's getting logged on, I'm actually just going to move Severius to the 6th spot. So we'll have you. What do you guys want Moon to do?
Over to the middle of the room and lick his wounds.
Right, he wants to lay the fuck down.
Yeah. So
he's leading.
Yeah, he's pretty big. He's at 17 of 33. Yeah, he's at 17 of 33 hit points. He's below 50%. So what? And I know when you guys mouse over each other, I think you can actually see like hit points and that kind of thing.
You can open up everybody's character sheets.
Yep.
Yeah, we can see everybody's stuff.
Yep.
I've got Moon's opened up on another side since she said I was going to control him.
Yep. So
And I opened up.
I just can't move his token.
yeah. So if you want to ping that, like if you want to have like two of you set up on one side, you're going to sleep near that set of stairs to keep an eye on it. Two of you want to sleep on the other side, you can do that. You can ping the map. If you hit your X key, it turns it into an arrow. And then if you left click, you can pick a space where you want Moon to be. Okay? And then I can move him there for you. All right, so that's going to be...
He's going to lay down behind the...
Okay.
Whatever the hell that is. I can never remember what the fuck those are called.
Wall.
No, the lecture thing.
Lectern.
The lectern.
The lectern. Okay, so he's kind of up front. Where do we want our faithful cleric? So two things here, and I'll let you guys kind of decide what you want to do here. So if we're going to take the question is, are we trying for a short rest to just reset hit points and then try to find someplace safer? Or are you guys going to try and do a full 7-hour, 8-hour rest here? Are you trying to go for a long rest?
I don't know. I'm low on spell slots, and so is Olin.
I can take first, and Alatar can take first watch since he's.
I was going to say, we've got everything blocked. If we were all in one area, I'm trying to zoom out of the map here a little bit. Yes, there's possible access from outside, which I'll tell everybody since I did walk out there and look around, and it does go out to the parapets that where if there were flying demons, could technically land and maybe mess with us. But if we all stayed kind of near where Moon is, and maybe Sir Lancelot kind of laid down this general area and kind of keep an eye on both the doors.
Yeah,
so we could probably try for a long rest.
That's what I was.
Because I know not everybody kind of made their way around up here. So just as a kind of a quick reminder, this barrier that you guys see here to the north, that's actually just kind of it's just like a fence or like it's basically just kind of a low stone, like a low stone wall that looks down into the cathedral below you. So even though you can't really see far enough north up here, you guys were all down here at one point in time, and it's like it's kind of just north of where the black starts on the map up here up north is where that curtain was. It was from there the Merregon and the 2 Hell Hounds came running from there down and then up the stairs. This and this are curtains that lead outside to the parapets. Castiel did make his way around all of that, but I don't think everybody else did. And then you guys have got that big magical pipe organ that's kind of just sitting here in the middle of everything. So the question for the group, and I'll back out of it, but I want you guys to decide, is this a short rest or a long rest? Are you going for an hour and you're just trying to roll for hit points, or are you trying to go a full 8 hours, get all your spell slots and hit points back? What are we trying to do?
Long rest would be nice.
I mean, I understand that we're kind of vulnerable, but I mean, our spell slots are shot.
Long rest.
I'm good
You hear me?
either way. I defer to the group because I recover all my key when I do a short or long rest, and I have plenty of hit die, so I don't have the issue of any spell slots. So I'm deferring that. I don't know where Olin's are at. I mean,
Olin's
I can
got
double-click
like
them and see.
2 out of like 8 or 9 left.
Yeah, Corey went kind of hard in those last couple of battles because you guys were getting beat up by the fire and stuff. He has
Yeah,
one.
he's only got one third, and one's first.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so he is
Right.
pretty low.
And
Long rest.
I'm down to close to none too.
So I can do a short rest and recoup, use hit points, and stand watch.
Okay, you and Puppy stand watch.
Yeah, I just need the hour to do a short rest. I get all my key back, and I'll blow hit dice to get hit.
Okay. So Lulu can help as well. The NPCs are going to kind of settle down since they see you guys kind of making your way and getting comfortable. They're going to put themselves in the pews, kind of laying out. But Lulu can help keep watch. If you guys want to have Sir Lancelot do one, you can do one as well.
Yeah,
but
let's have Lulu take this curtain. Let's have Lancelot take that curtain, and I will go up here.
you guys could use Snuffle Chops as well. So Lulu and Snuffle Chops both fly, so they could be up closer to the ceiling, maybe hiding from stuff. And remember, Snuffle Chops has, we know that he has been able to see invisible fiends before. He picked out those imps. So you might want to make use of him as well.
Yeah, sounds good. We put Snuffle Chops over. Should we put them at watch before for the floor over by the stone wall so they can see if somebody's coming towards the stairs before they come up the stairs, or at the curtains?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Ryan.
Let's just keep it at the top of the stairs. I mean, they'll wake us.
We get the pews piled up on the stairs. If you can't see that, that's what that blue squares are.
I wondered what that was.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
one of them says pew, pew, pew.
So what I've done is I
thought that was a ray gun.
I put Lulu over here in this staircase for you guys, and I put Snuffle Chops over here in this staircase, so they can kind of hover, hang out near a light sconce or torch sconce, keeping an eye down, even though you guys have filled the stairs with those pews, to kind of give you some advance warning. They can come flying up. So yeah, if you guys want to try and take a long rest here, we certainly can. So we've got the NPCs. Moon is in place. Do you guys want to put Sir Lancelot in a specific spot?
We're gonna put him at the bottom of the pew stairs, or
I think he makes the kids and other NPCs comfortable. So we should probably be like, I don't know. I mean, it's not my dog, but
He
At the
would
bottom
stick
of the
out like a
pew
sore
stairs,
thumb. I think we should keep him upstairs. So could
yeah,
stay
we
up
put him
here.
like right there next to the NPCs.
Yeah.
But it's your dog. Your mouth.
Here, boy. He's fine right there, where you can see down the stairs. You'd be early warning as well.
All right, let's do all the sleeps.
Okay. So let me do this. Let's go. I gotta turn that one and that one off. Let me have you guys. What do we want to roll here? What do you think would be good? Let's do that.
Really good dice.
What if we each roll for each of the
20s.
characters we're controlling, and you take the average, or whether it's higher or lower than 10, or whatever number you want to use. Well, we're gonna get fucking attacked.
Dude, quit copying my rolls. Or making me roll low. What are you doing? Gee.
Come on, come on, big black dwarf. Did he roll yet?
This will be for what, for Moon?
Oh,
Oh, we suck. We are so sucking.
there we go.
Boy, you rolled some good rolling.
All right, so that's what, 4?
Yeah, but that average is under 10.
Yeah, that's not going to be so great. Hang on one second here. Are you guys still hearing the, for those of you that are using the Sirenscape, are you guys actually hearing it? Mine just crashed for some reason, so I'm restarting it because I'm not getting any audio on mine.
I didn't even remember starting.
Is that SY?
Yep.
Sirenscape.
You got it.
Mine says not
SYRIN.
responding.
Yeah, mine just crashed. I'm trying to start the sound here. Up first, I'm playing a screaming.
Yeah, when I double clicked
Key
it,
beast.
it came back as not responding. It took a few seconds and it just didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if their service is crashing. 'Cause it's not loading up on me.
Murder imp in the background.
Yeah, it's not loading up for me either. I'm wondering if they're having a problem with their. It was originally
if you click
playing.
on the window, it'll say not responding and give you the circle. I'll try it again a little later.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets going. Okay.
Responding.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, so you guys are gonna try to sleep. That was the first little bit.
What about does Moon and Olin have to roll too?
Yeah, so they rolled
I
for
rolled
him,
for Olin.
and Gary rolled for Moon. Okay, so let's all roll a d20 again.
Man, Nikki, stop rolling.
Man.
All right, so we've got 15, 12, 12, 4. Go ahead and roll, the two of you roll for Moon and Olin again.
Oh, that's what you get for talking crap, man. Jeez Louise, I just got a 5. What the?
Man,
So
I think we need to all sign off and start over again, please.
yeah, so I forgot to tell you
I am right now. I've had shitty roll for 2 weeks. Or
that
2 plays.
I forgot to tell you, but that crossbow I gave you was a crossbow of the D25. All you can roll are 4s and 5s.
Shut it. It's gonna get better.
All right,
Things just
so
shoots out loose spaghetti ropes.
yeah.
Dried spaghetti sticks.
All right, so
Oh, my
wet
eye!
ropey strands.
It's actually a bubble blower crossbow.
all right, so that is going to be two failures let's all roll again.
How do I have to?
That's how we do it. Oh my God.
Fuck!
You're going to bed. Good night. Sign off.
There's me and Moon. Oh, there we go, Moon.
All right, so Moon and Audrey basically...
I did good for Olin.
So this one's not as bad, so that's what's gonna... We still don't have a roll. I don't have a roll for
Still don't have
severities.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan's got a roll.
Did Ryan
I
step
think
away?
we were performing some torture
Exorcism?
by bath.
Gotcha.
Here could be for severities.
I'll roll.
Well,
roll
let's
for it.
Oh.
yeah, let's
Nope,
let
nope.
let's
That's
let no, let's let Severius let's let Alatar roll. Did you guys already roll for Moon and Olin?
Okay.
Alright. Haha.
All right. So you guys pass on that. So you guys pass on the third attempt. Okay. So Castiel, we are through the first hour. You can now. So if you open up your character sheet, you can basically do. If you
Back, right? Or
yeah. So you.
short rest.
So yes, whatever it does to reset your key points and all that kind of stuff, you can. And I know we've only done this a handful of times, so I'll just remind everybody, when you open up your character sheet, on your portrait, bottom left-hand corner is a little guy in a bed. When you mouse over that, it gives you either the option for a full or a short rest. So when you do that, it should reset the things that a short rest or a long rest will reset for your character. So only Castiel should be doing that right now, because we're technically, those rolls were just to get us through the first hour to let him, because he was doing a short rest while everybody else is doing a long. As you guys are, and as you, so if you do a short rest, you should be able to roll your, yep, you've got it. You can roll your hit points. And you can roll, I know you have a certain number of hit die. You can roll as many as you want to get back up. If you want to get to full, as close to it as you can, blah, blah, blah. Cool.
I got it. 32 of 38, and got my key point back.
Okay. Yeah, and you're at 4 or 5 of your hit dice, so you could you technically could use more unless you want to save some of them for other short rests if you need them. It's up to you.
I have 6 hit points. I think I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right. So you're now rested. You've got most of your hit points back. As you go to move and put yourself on patrol or on guard. Your party members are kind of settling down more into the pews. You can see Moon is trying to sleep. Let me ask you guys this. As a group decision, Olin still has 1 level 1 spell slot left. He could cast Healing Word prior to starting this rest. If something happens, he's not going to have that spell slot to use, but if we get through the long rest, he will have been able to heal somebody and then gain those spell slots back. Do you want to use that, or do you want to hold on to it?
I vote yes, so you can use it on Moon.
I concur.
I'm good with whatever we want.
Yeah, so Moon right now is the worst injured. So if you want, I can cast that healing on him. So let's target Healing Word. Consume spell slots. Nice. So that gives him 7 hit points back. So if something happens and you guys are interrupted in this rest, Olin won't have the spell slot, but we'll have some hit points back. So I'm going to open this up as an option to the rest of the group. If you want, so we're an hour into the rest. You've heard some things prowling around the cathedral. You can hear things like over the balcony. You can hear that there are things downstairs, but nothing has come up the stairs thus far. Castiel is rested. You can see that he seems like he's meditated. He's kind of limber on his feet again. He's able to move around. He's kind of, patrolling the area. The rest of you are settled in. Every now and then Lulu or Snufflechops comes up and kind of, looks things over and then goes back to where they're watching the staircases. At this point, if the group wants to use some of their hit dice as a short rest to restore some of your hit points, you can. But I'm only going to give you the option once. If you want to do it now, you can. Otherwise, we're going to roll and see if we can get through a long rest to get you everything back.
Is there a downside to rolling for a short rest right now?
So it's going to end up...
He keeps...
So what it will do is it's going to give you... You can use some of your hit dice to get hit points back. If this rest gets... And it's... I don't know if it's going to or not. We're going to do it based on the dice. If this rest gets interrupted... if you get... So the way that I run things is if you guys get interrupted in the middle of a long rest, it resets. You get the results of a short rest, but you didn't get the time to like fully sleep and heal everything and get all your spell slots back and everything else. So the idea here is if you want to use some of your hit dice, if this rest gets interrupted, you'll at least have some of your hit points back. You won't have your spell slots, but you won't be as injured as you are. If we then have to, like, say something happens and you guys want to take off or retreat from this area or get out of here, if you had to take another short rest, that kind of thing, you will have used some of your hit dice. So that pool continues to get smaller the more that you use it. So, you run the risk of, if you can't find a safe place to rest, or if this isn't a safe place to rest and you guys end up getting attacked, you run the risk of either not having enough hit points, or if we keep going through short rests, running out of hit die to regen. So there's really no way to know whether using it is the right decision or not. It's going to come down to the roll of the dice.
And depending on how many, just as an add-on to Jamie, your hit dice are only replenished one hit dice per long rest.
Yep.
So if you blow through 3 of them, you take a long rest, you only get one of those 3 back at a time. So that you do need to be a little sparingly with them.
Yeah, your hit dice are the way for you to recover hit points on a short rest. And this is, we've been in Elturel now for almost a full day. To get to the High Hall, to get to this point, you guys have been through a lot of combat. That's why most of you don't have like your extra resources. You don't have spell slots. Everybody was badly injured. This has been a running series of combats to get to where you're trying to get a rest. So what it comes down to is if you want to use temp to try and get some, or to use a hit die to try and get some stuff back, it's what I'm saying. So there's no guarantee that you're gonna get ambushed. If you, again, I'm basing it on the dice. So if you guys pass, there's not going to be anything. If you fail, something could show up. It's going to be completely randomized. So I'm just, because we're pausing at this point, because we know Castiel just wanted a short rest to regen to then be able to patrol the area. I wanted to give everybody the same opportunity to list it as a short rest, or if you want, hold on to those hit die, and we'll just try and see if we get through a long rest. What I will say is I did the first hour based on those 3 rolls. You guys only had to get 1 success out of 3 to get through 1 hour. We are going to do, for the full 8-hour long rest, the 7 hours that are left, we are going to do a series, and it's going to be best of. And if I win best of, something bad could happen. If you guys win best of, you get the long rest.
How do I use the hit die again?
So if you open up your character sheet,
Yep.
What you will see is you have the take a rest, and then the first item is the short rest. If you click on that,
Yep.
it's then going to give you a pop-up that says short rest, select dice to roll. So you have different dice available to you because you're a multi-class. So for example, Olin is a D8. He has 5 hit dice available to him. So you can choose
Gotcha.
what you want to roll. So, like for example, I'm going to roll one. I'm going to roll one for Olin, and when you click on roll, it opens up the roll formula. It's just going to do 1d8 at a time. So you can just like there it is. So Olin just got 3 hit points back.
Boom.
3.
Cool.
And you'll notice that it adds in your Constitution bonus, because your Constitution bonus always adds to your total health score. So if you want to roll and you want to do that, you certainly can. And then however many of those, like you could roll again, because you're all level 5, so you should all have 5 hit dice.
You can't roll for the other people we're controlling though, because it won't bring up the thing for.
All right. If you do you guys want me to do one for Moon?
Can I practice rolling for like 5 minutes?
I would definitely roll at least one for Moon.
Well, so he got 2 back. He's 26 of 33. So he's 7 hit points down. You want me to roll one more?
Yeah, he gets boo-booed pretty easily, doesn't he?
I would, because he's got to be up close too. Yeah.
Well, that's a great one right
That's
there.
good.
So he's good. Okay. So Moon is back to completely uninjured. Olin's up to 42 of 48. Looks like you guys have all kind of healed yourselves up a little bit, so we're in good shape there. Okay, so the way we're going to handle the remainder of this long rest is kind of similar to how we did some of those skill challenges that we did earlier, where during this rest, there's a number of different things that have to get done, right? So you guys have been in these running combats through this completely horrific landscape, earthquakes knocking you to your knees, lightning strikes coming out of the sky, smoke and flames and ash everywhere, fiends and demons rising up out of these mists and attacking you left and right, gas eating people, NPCs, all these commoners of Elturel coming out of the woodwork asking you to save them and help them. You've basically been running, hiding, ducking, sliding through the streets of Elturel for about 8 hours now. Your armor is damaged, your gear is cut up, your bodies are wounded. So as you're resting, there are things that you have to do to try and fix this stuff, like mend some of your gear, use some of your medicine skill, things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same kind of skill challenge where I'm going to set a difficulty of 12. So what we need are 6 successes before we get 3 failures. Same way we did those other skill challenges. So we will go through the marching order the same way that we've been going through it. I want to say that we were actually up to Moon. So I'm going to start halfway through the order. We're going to go Moon, Olin, and Severius as our next 3 that are up. And have you guys do that kind of a skill challenge. So again, it's think up what are you doing to help yourself or one of your party members in this downtime to heal, to rest. And you have to pick and choose from the different skills that you have and then role play and explain to me how it's going to be used. So you guys should be able to open up Moon's character sheet and see what his abilities are. Obviously being a rogue, he's going to be pretty high on a lot of the dexterity and charisma stuff. So as you look at his skills and what he has as pluses and minuses, what would you guys like him to do in this downtime to try to get you one of those pluses?
Well, now that he's got his hit points back, I think he should try to get the children and the other NPCs to relax. Maybe doing some kind of like shadow puppets or other type of performance.
Or he could persuade them to chill the fuck out.
Hey, performance has got another extra +1.
Persuasion is +9.
Oh yeah, persuade. That was a good perception.
Small screen, my bad.
I think he should stealth in front of them.
Get randomly goes, bloop, I'm gone.
Amazing.
Yeah, I want to do the performance roll, so that's 1d20 plus 6. But I can't click his screen.
Yep. So he's gonna try and that is gonna.
Shit out of that one.
Yep, that's gonna be a plus. So that's one of the 6 that you guys need to get. But keep in mind, performance is now off the table as a skill. So until we go through all of them, we can't reuse them. So performance is off. So that's going to bring us to Olin.
Olin is going to use perception to sense for danger.
Okay. So as explain kind of what that looks like and how he's doing it. That's going to be a pass, but what's the role play? What's he trying to perceive? So, Moon has moved up and made himself comfortable next to the other NPCs. He's kind of, telling stories of all the different places that he's traveled, that kind of thing. As Olin, has healed a little bit, healed Moon. You see he's kind of healing himself up a little bit. What's he going to perceive? What's he going to try and percept to help the group?
He's gonna sense for the noises that we hear and see if they are searching for us, or if they feel like not necessarily searching for us, but if they are a threat at the moment, and also to sense whether or not the NPCs are being calmed.
Okay. All right, so we're going to actually, with that, we're going to move Olin up here, right up to the balcony edge, so that he's kind of trying to listen and see what he hears. And, because you're hearing echoing noises, and every now and then some kind of like a snarl or a growl from the distance. There's other things in the cathedral, and the High Hall is massive, and you don't really know how far the room extends north from where you guys are. So he's going to stay over next to the balcony trying to listen. So that's going to be 2 of the 6 successes that we needed. That's going to bring us up to Severius. So let's keep in mind perception and performance are both off the list.
That was an oopsie.
That's right. So what would Severius like to do?
I'll use persuasion to put them at ease. I'll tell them I'll just try to talk them down and make them comfortable.
Now, keep in mind. No, so we've used performance and we've used perception. Keep in mind, Moon is already trying to do those things with the NPCs, and he's succeeding at it. So if you come over and try to start persuading them to be calm.
Oh. I thought we all had to do work on the NPCs.
No, so it can be anything to help with the downtime. It could be repairing armor. It could be healing each other, using the medicine skill, like however you want to use your various skills in the downtime to try to help the group in some way. But you have to explain what it is that you're trying to do.
I'm just gonna inspect the defenses and walk around the edge a little bit. So I'll stay away from the edge of the. I don't want to be seen sneaking, but I'll walk around the edges a little bit and use my strength to make sure the pews are not going to crumble.
Okay, so while the group of commoners are kind of listening and the children are beginning to fall asleep listening to Moon, Olin is positioned himself kind of his back to the balcony, repairing his armor and checking over his spell components, and every now and then you see him praying to his holy symbol of Moradin, listening to what is happening downstairs in the cathedral. You see Severius is walking around, every now and then peeking over the balcony. He checks the hastily laid defenses of the pews, kind of rearranging them a little bit, being quiet as he does so, interlocking some of the legs a little bit to make sure that if anything tries to come up out of the stairwell, they're going to have some difficult terrain to get over to get up to you guys. Okay. So that's 3 of our 6 successes. That's going to bring us back to the top of the order to Castiel. So let's keep in mind performance, persuasion, performance, perception, and athletics have all been used. So what would Castiel like to do?
Since I've already topped off my key and I'm good on health, I'm gonna do put myself into, since I'm patrolling, I'm gonna do a stealth, put myself into on my tippy toes, heighten, try to be more stealthy, and that will be my failure.
So as Castiel is kind of trying to tiptoe around the room, doing a patrol, he doesn't see that Severius is also moving around, and as you come around the edge of the staircase where Severius is working on the pews, you accidentally bump into him, kind of like Scooby-Doo characters when they would be backing up and not see each other and both back into one another. It's a little bit of that, and there's a little bit of noise that gets made. So that is going to be our first failure. So we're 3 and 1. And that is going to bring us to Audrey. So stealth, athletics, performance, and perception have been used. What would Audrey like to try to do for the group or for herself in this downtime as you guys are trying to heal up and get through this long rest?
So I was going to use survival to make sure that all of our equipment and everything is in place, and that we're fully prepared for any potential things that could come up.
Okay, that works. So I think we could role play that a little bit like, part of survival is making sure that all of your gear is in place and stowed correctly, that you don't have anything on you that's loose. Do you have rations ready at hand? Are your weapons clean and ready? Straps tight, no jingle jangles. And you can even, you see the commoners have all settled in a little bit because of the stories that Moon is telling them of all of his, far-flung travels. You could even move over and kind of help Harkina do the same thing with her children. Tighten up their belts, tuck in their shirts, that kind of thing, so that there's less for something to grab onto if you guys were trying to run from something. Just trying to turn that eye of survival on everything in the party. Now that it's been a full day of running combat, you finally have a moment to pause and say, are we all in the best shape to survive this? We didn't expect to have an entire party of people looking to us for protection. Excellent. So let's go ahead and let's roll that survival. And that is going to be a definite success. So we're at 4 successes and 1 failure. So that's going to bring us up to Alatar. So you've got a bunch of skills left to choose from, but athletics, survival, performance, and perception, and stealth are off the table. So what does Alatar got for us?
Alatar's going to use his insight.
Now,
to try to help formulate a plan.
Now, there is one thing I want to remind us all of. That's going to add a little added impetus, or emphasis, I should say, to this. You may remember in one of our previous combat rounds, Alatar picked up a level of exhaustion, which does not clear itself until you get through a long rest. So that exhaustion level causes you to have disadvantage on your ability checks. So as you roll this, you have to roll twice, and we take the lower score.
Cool. It's not an ability check, it's a storytelling.
It's a skill challenge. We're using abilities to do it.
So he's going to use his insight. Just kind of trying to help formulate a plan of how do we move
Okay.
forward from here after our successful long rest.
Okay. Those are both successes, even though it knocked your first die into a 5. So that's going to work. So that's going to be our 5th of 6 successes. So you guys have got no, that was the map of Avernus that she gave you. You guys don't have a map of Elturel. So what I would say is that, as you're kind of trying to rest, Alatar may be reading through some of his journal entries, some of the notes that he's taken on the various people that you've met, where you've been as you've made your way through Elturel thus far, what you have found since you got here, trying to see, what kind of insight can he gain into how you guys might be able to get out of here? Without Traxagor, without someone that can give you a portal home, how are we going to find our way out of the 9 hells? So Alatar is looking not to just to the moment, but to the future of what you guys might be able to do. Okay. That's going to bring us back around to Moon. So athletics, insight, perception, performance, and stealth are all...
Moon's already been helping out the NPCs. He's going to check the children's feet. He's going to bandage up any blisters and anything else that he might be able to do. And he's going to
What's he going to use for that?
bandages and such to do a medicine check.
Okay.
That's a 1d20 plus 2. Ooh, the 13 looked nicer.
Okay. So that's going to be a second failure. So this next roll basically makes or breaks us because we're at 5 and 2. So up next is going to be Olin. So you guys can think about what you're going to have Olin do. But as Moon starts trying to kind of check on the kids and that kind of thing, what he recognizes is that some of his bandages, the medicines, some of the unguents that he carries with him to help heal things were damaged in one of the combats. He finds that pieces are missing. They fell out of his belt pouches, that kind of thing. So even though he goes and he's trying to help, he's realizing he doesn't have all the materials to do so. So unfortunately, that is going to be a fail. So Olin is going to be our last one here, guys. So what skill does Olin have that we want to try to use? Knowing that survival, stealth, performance, perception, medicine, insight, and athletics have all been used.
Too. Olin's gonna pray for us.
Did you say insight was used?
Yep.
And
Yeah, did.
Perception was used.
Correct.
He's gonna go up to that lectern and whisper soft prayers for all of us to sleep tight and not let the bed bugs bite.
So we're going to try and
the wolfhound.
Going to try to use religion. Yes, we're going to try to use religion. So that's going to be a D20 plus 3. Who would like to roll? And as he taps
the plus 3.
it's still good. As he taps the lectern, you see he kind of bows his head. He's got the his holy symbol of Merregon held in one hand, just kind of doing a light prayer. But as each of you hear the deep, heavy whisper of Olin's voice, that kind of grumbling rumble that you hear from dwarves, even though you don't understand or pick up every one of his words, each of you feels a sense of peace settle over you. And you know that our dwarven cleric has been communing with his god, asking for guidance and safety for all of you. And with that, that is going to be our 6th success. So you guys can now 100% take the long rest available to you on your character sheets. I will go ahead and do Moon and Olin.
Morden, please help us get the fuck out of here alive.
So I want to pause everybody for 1 second as you guys are doing it. So one of the things when you click on long rest, one of the things it's going to ask you is new day, and there's a check mark. I need you guys to all remove that because we are not actually going to a brand new day. We're just going to advance the clock 8 hours. So because we started this day at about 7 a.m. until we get back to the next 7 a.m., I'm not going to consider this a new day. So those of you that have per day uses of specific resources, that resource is not going to reset until we can get until we get past 7 a.m.
Copy that.
All right, so Olin has got all his spell slots and everything back. Let me get Moon done. Moon is all set. I am going to go ahead and advance our clock here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. So that's going to be the short rest and the long rest that we just took. Just to put that in perspective for you guys, it is now almost 2 a.m. So everybody settles in. You work together to heal, to repair some of your gear, to sleep a little bit, pray to your gods, and you are able to make it through what is a bit of a frightening evening. You have heard a lot of noises from downstairs kind of coming and going. The fires continue to rage in the fallen side or the fallen part of the High Hall. Nothing kind of came up the stairs. At one point in time, Snufflechops did come and whisper to Audrey and tell her that he could hear something sniffing around the bottom of the stairs, but nothing came up. He wasn't able to catch sight of what it was, but he said that he heard the sound of multiple feet. But you guys made it through the night without anything coming up. So we find ourselves, everybody should be fully healed with all of your spell slots back. And it should have, let me just check something here. Yep. Because we got the long rest, if you did use any of your hit dice, you should have seen that that number went back up at least 1. And so here we are. Here we find ourselves. So Olin was the last one to go. So in our marching order, that brings us to Severius. It is the middle of the night. And because of that, I think we need to make a little bit of a change. That's what I think. So we're going to do that and make it nighttime, so that you guys have to use a little bit of torchlight and spells or torches, that kind of thing. So I don't know how well it's going to work, but I mentioned this in the past, but I'll just go ahead and give you guys a quick heads up. Those of you that have dark vision, as you move in and out of light sources, you are going to notice that the world changes color and becomes monochrome. That is to better reflect what dark vision actually does. Dark vision isn't just vision in low light circumstances, it's black and white vision. So you're going to notice it goes to a monochrome as you go in and out of light sources in the dark. So if you notice all of a sudden your screen kind of goes black and white, it's because of that. It's not something that broke. It just represents that you've moved into dark vision rather than lighted vision range. So what would Severius like to do? You guys are rested up. You're in the High Hall.
I think it's time for us to move on. Have we checked behind the curtains over here on the sides? Also, maybe we should have our stealthier members look over the edge and make sure we're not going to walk into any enemies if we go back down the stairs.
I walked the curtains area before on last session. It's just the parapets outside the building.
I think maybe we should start dismantling the barricade, and we should scout a little bit and make sure we're not going to walk into something.
All right. So I will go ahead.
Forward and
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
in that part.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and. No, that's not what I wanted. Come here.
Hello.
Hey.
Ooh.
Hello.
Good evening.
Oh, he's early. Hello.
Shop.
Interesting. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. But I want these.
Is nobody talking?
No, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
No. It was dead
If
silent.
you were talking a minute ago, we didn't know.
Yeah, my game is kind of locked up a little bit too. I wonder if I just had like a weird internet hit. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to lose you guys. Yeah, I feel like, you know what I think is happening? I feel like I'm losing internet a little bit here and there. And that's what's causing the problem. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah. Okay, so I removed that set of pews. Let me remove
The other pew-pews?
the other pews. Okay, so you guys have got open staircases again. Yeah, the friggin' Sirenscape just crashed again, too. Oh, well. Technical difficulties, y'all.
Yeah, I tried to join Sirenscape and it was not responding.
Yeah, it's been doing it kind of on and off all night. I'm not quite sure why. Something's going on there. Okay, so Severius, you were removing the pews. Let's get Corey kind of up to speed here a little bit. So they decided to take a rest up here at the in the choir area. They took a bunch of the pews and kind of put them in the stairs to build barricades to kind of keep themselves safe. Lulu and Snufflechops were helping to keep an eye on things. We took a short rest to get Castiel back all of his key points so that he could go on patrol, and then we did a skill challenge to get through a long rest, which they made by the skin of their teeth. It was they had to get six successes before 3 failures, and it came down to literally the last roll, and it was Olin's roll, and he made it. So you guys got to six successes before 3 failures, and got through the long rest without having anything find you guys hiding up here. Throughout the night, though, you heard things moving around downstairs. Snufflechops had said at some point there was something sniffing around the stairs downstairs that had multiple footsteps that he could hear. Right now, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. So we didn't do a reset of daily pieces because we were going to reset around 7 a.m. when we first ported into Elturel. But you guys are through a big chunk of your first 24 hours in Hell. Severius has moved a bunch of stuff that would bring us back to the very top of the marching order, which was Castiel. So what would Castiel like to do? I don't know if can you guys hear him? I don't hear Castiel.
I have a torch. I need to light a torch.
Okay, so I can set that up on you.
I was looking at my inventory to see if I had one.
Yep. So you got a torch. You got a torch on you now.
Yeah,
So-
I'm going down this set of stairs just to the bottom of it.
Okay, so if you go, that's going to take you and put you out into the high hall.
Yep.
Let me just have you pause there when you get to the bottom. So Castiel's going to go down. He went down the left staircase. He's kind of checking things out. What would Audrey like to do? And you know what? I'm sorry. I had cut in on Ryan earlier. He had asked if anybody had gone around through the other curtains and stuff that are up here. Castiel had, but you guys haven't been out through this one or this one other than him, I think.
That he said he went through.
Yeah,
I said it's just the parapet on the outside.
Yep.
I use dancing lights. Does it follow me?
It does. Yep. I can cast that on you if you want. So the way that we've done it in the past is that you get those 4 balls that follow you around. I just set it up as a light source on you. Technically, you could move it somewhere else. I just have you cast it on yourself when I do that, so that you can kind of have the magical lights around you.
They're so magical.
You are sparkling. Yeah.
All right. Are we all going to go down the same set of stairs?
So Castiel went down this one.
I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, they're about, what, 40 feet apart?
Yeah. I want to, real quick, I'm going to be a benevolent DM here for a minute. There are those of you that should do things after long rests that impact you and your party.
Are you talking about sleep farts?
Well,
Reapplying certain buffs that you do.
yeah. And I thought we had left it that unless I changed it, I was going to keep putting like the blessing of the forge on the same thing as before.
Yep. So I think we've been giving it to Ryan, which is what's been getting him up to the was it 20?
21 AC.
21 AC. If we want to do that again, I can certainly put it back on him.
Because yeah, I think that's probably gonna suffice.
Blessing of the Forge.
I say put it on Snuffle Chop and let him loose.
Armor class. So other we have other things in this party other than Blessing of the Forge that you guys can do for each other. That we have had in the past since you guys hit level 5.
Okay, I'm gonna browse.
Blessing of the Forge is 24 hours, right?
It's once per long rest, I think. So yeah, I don't think there's necessarily a time limit on it. It's just, once per long rest. I'll double check that. Yeah, it's until my next long rest or I die.
Yep.
I'd like to give everybody a motivational speech before we make our way down the stairs.
All right, so that's got you up to 21. That is set.
Great.
So, hang on one second here. So can I make a suggestion? So you actually have 2 different abilities that do that. You have one that is a once per long rest, whereas the motivational speaker is a spell that uses a spell slot. You have Inspiring Leader. As long as you spent 10 minutes during that long rest, you can give 6 of your allies +7 temporary hit points. Whereas I think the motivational speaker is a +3.
Yeah, so I was looking for inspiring leader. I just wasn't looking in the right spot.
Yep. So I'm going to guess that's going to be, it's 6 of you, so it's going to be the 6 main party members, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you guys can each go in and do a +7, or just do a 7 on the temporary spot on your character sheets. Do you remember where that is? Got one there.
Where is that?
So right under, so if you open up your character sheet, just under your 44 or 44, you've got +temp +max. If you mouse over the +temp, you can actually type in that. Just put a 7 in there. There you go. Let me do 7 for Audrey. Altar's got his, Moon's got his, Olin's got his. I'm going to guess Castiel grabbed his.
Yep.
Since I can't see you since you're downstairs. Yeah, cool.
That was a great speech, Audrey. I love it.
All right, so we've got we've got our magical armor on Severius. We've got inspiration for our hit points from Audrey. Okay, so Castiel went off down the stairs. That still leaves us at Audrey. She was asking, are we all going down the same staircase?
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, if you guys want to move yourselves down the that left staircase, it will automatically move you down to the bottom with
Is
with
Harkina
Castiel.
really only? Is the NPC Harkina really only 8 hit points?
Yeah.
Because her other members are like 60.
Yeah, so the dwarves were hardened adventurers. So Harkina she was a barmaid. So she's like level 1, and the dwarves are all like level 5. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so that should move all the NPCs. And then Sir Lancelot's going to go down the other side. Let me activate and jump over here to be with you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put Sir Lancelot over there. So as you guys come down, again, we find ourselves in the kind of the High Hall entrance area. You may remember you guys came through the doors back here. It was on the other side of on the other side of those 2 doors is where you had fought the Hell Hounds. This is the curtain that you guys had kind of moved up toward with the blood trail that moved between it. You had been looking through it. That's where the Merregon and the Hell Hounds were. They had been looking at, sniffing around some kind of huge altar. But you guys have not seen anything, since you've come back down, unless you want to move over there and take another look. Just getting all the NPCs lined up here again where I can easily move them. Man, it's weird. I keep getting like... And then Moon can come out and be right there with you guys. Okay. So that should have everybody downstairs now. So as you come downstairs, you guys are now making some of your own light. It is much darker in the cathedral as you come back downstairs again because it's the middle of the night. It's about 2:15 now. as we've made our way downstairs, to removing the pews and kind of carefully making our way back down to the main level. You still hear the crashing of thunder outside, the streaks of light, flash through the windows here and there. You guys will remember the cathedral was once this grand, beautiful place of worship to Torm. But when you had first entered, there were those of you that quickly realized that the frescoes and artwork, the statues, the paintings, the tapestries, everything kind of slowly changed before your eyes. I like to think of you guys have ever been to the haunted house at Disney when you're from that first room and the paintings slowly expand and become kind of these horrific images. It's kind of like that. And what you're noticing is that what used to be these beautiful pictures of like, the Hell Riders in Elturel protecting the city, or a picture of Fabius Krieg when he helped to rid the city of its vampire threat, or images of Torm, in his steps of piety, have all been transformed into just these pictures and depictions of torment. Dwarves being raked over coals, humans being crushed beneath stones, elves having their hands cut off, and their bows and swords broken before them. It's all this horrific stuff, and the longer you look at it, the more horrific it gets. Like it's these images just keep transforming into worse and worse depictions of the might of the fiends of hell, of the might of the devils of Avernus. So it's it's this once kind of beautiful hall is just kind of rapidly becoming a scene, all these scenes of cruelty. As you look around, because it's darker, you'll see the torchlight of the candelabras that are spread about in some of the different nooks about the cathedral a little bit better. They are still burning. It's just these huge candelabras, with these massive candles. Some of the areas of the church are dark, as if the torches or candles have burned out, but some of the areas still have pieces remaining. So you guys got downstairs. What would Alatar like to do?
And remind me, where was Casey Jones?
So initially, he was up in here.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna move up to join my fellows there. That's all I want. That guy. And so can I see any of the frescoes here?
Yeah, so wherever your line of sight is, you can see stuff. But so as you're looking into this kind of like little area over here on the side, you can see there's like tapestries up here on the wall, depicting what looks like some kind of giant flesh bone golem creature of massive proportions, eating up, chasing after like a halfling village and just chomping them and throwing them down its gullet.
Can Alatar do like a history check to try to remember if he's read what that tapestry used to look like? Is that possible?
So I would say that unless you have studied Elturel at some point in time, or the churches of Torm, it would be unlikely that you would know what was originally on that wall. You could certainly ask some of the commoners that are with you to see if they remember what some of those things were.
I just wanted to try to provide some sort of a little bright spot to fight the darkness, but we got shit to do. We'll tell stories later.
Okay, so Alatar moved up a bit. He's now up with Olin and Severius. What would you guys want Moon to do? So you've got your sneaky rogue is back here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a stealth check with him. Try and put him in stealth. 1d20 plus 9. Okay.
Yep. So he is stealthing. So he's got 30 feet of movement.
I thought he had more. Or is that?
So he has abilities that let him like dash, or he has his feline agility that he can use in combat to move larger spaces. But he's got a base movement of 30.
I can't move him, so I'm gonna have you move.
Yep.
Him
Just
X there.
Okay. So he moves up. He's seeing a little bit more of kind of this alcove space. You guys may remember that initially when you came in, you had him stealth around, and what he told you was that it looks like there were just areas to pray. Like there used to be all of these stained glass windows around the High Hall, the cathedral, all of which have been broken or destroyed or shit has been thrown through them, that kind of thing. He told you that they were kind of like benches and these little alcove areas with carpet and areas to pray or kneel and pray, and that there was another one on this side as well. On this side, he had told you there were some bodies as well.
Where my mouse is right now, that's curtain though, right?
Yep. So this is curtain up here. This is curtain, and there was another one over there.
Yeah, my goal is to go in through the side of the room instead of going straight down the middle.
Okay, so that's gonna be
his turn again.
Gotcha. So that was Moon. That's gonna bring us up to Olin. What would our favorite dwarven cleric like to do?
I kind of want to go take a look behind the curtain where those assholes were yesterday, or
Okay.
hours ago.
If you want to, if you want to try and move up around that side, you certainly can. So Olin is moving up to take a look through. That's going to bring us to Severius. Do we have Ryan with us, or is he?
Did you say something?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
No, it's it's up. It's your turn.
Silence.
No, it's your turn.
I'm going to move up to the curtain also.
All right. So as you guys are looking through, you can see that there's kind of like this central area with a dais ahead of you. It looks like there is some kind of a massive statue standing on top of this dais. Let me open my notes here just in case there's anything else I want to tell you about. Yeah, that's what you can kind of see from this distance. Just a massive altar with some kind of a statue on top of it. That's going to bring us back to the top of the order and to Castiel.
Seeing everybody moving so much further, I'm going to take a dash action. And let's see here.
Does 100 feet.
Is it 100 or is it 80?
I thought you're it's saying your base movement is 50.
Must have gotten faster. And you can go through any part of the curtain or only the part where those guys are standing at?
So technically you can go through any part of the curtain. If the walls, hopefully the walls are working correctly, you can only see through the parts in the curtain where there's a gap, but you can step through it and see the other side.
You'll let me through.
Yep.
All right, so that is going to be my turn.
All right, so what you're seeing, yeah. So what you're seeing from there is you're seeing some of that same altar over here, but you're also seeing like another pathway that kind of goes up over this way. That's going to bring us to Audrey. And are we... So we've got all the NPCs back here. Is anybody staying with them? Do we want Sir Lancelot to stay with them? What do you guys want them doing?
So they're going to hang back while we venture on? Or are they just going to stay in the back?
I don't know.
Right behind us?
I'm kind of...
I think they should stay behind us, but keep their distance.
I can't really see anything, so I don't know anything of what you guys are talking about.
But I'd say keep at least one move behind us.
Stay close, but not too close.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's just what I want to do. Is I'm just gonna hang back with in my dark, little watery under the pool spotlight.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Alatar.
All right, Alatar's enjoying the under the sea dance. So we got everybody's moving up. I will also move. What is it? I'll move 30. Keep an eye on Audrey. Looking around, not seeing nothing.
Okay. That's going to bring us back to Moon.
Is Moon like a group thing or
Yeah, well, so Castiel's kind of been running him from the beginning, but you guys can talk about it.
I'd be happy if he scouted ahead a little bit, but he can do whatever.
Did we lose Castiel? Bro must have stepped away for a second. All right, so where do you guys want him to go? You want him to go dead north? You want him to try and have him go left, right? Where do we want Moon to go? It's currently right here.
Go right back.
Oh.
I can't see Moon though now.
He's right. He's right over. Yep. Yep.
Have him come up through the curtain with me. I don't know if that's more than 30 feet or not, but. Or he can dash, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have him dash up so he can come through right there with you. Okay, that'll bring us back to Olin.
Okay, so Castiel and Moon already went through the curtain?
Yeah, so I'm trying to see kind of what you can see here from where you're at. So you kind of saw them over here. So you can see the curtain connects to what looks like some kind of a stone pillar right here. And there was another curtain that comes off of the other side of it. You saw them go through that curtain. So you know there's some kind of a stone wall or pillar right here between you guys.
Okay. Time to Time to move this plot forward.
I'm gonna put these guys up here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my normal movement.
All right. So as you move up into that space, Olin, what you see before you is this kind of beautifully polished teakwood altar that rises up off of the stone floor. So there's like a stone base and this beautiful, shining, highly polished teakwood. Atop that is it's like an armored suit of some kind. It's some kind of statue. Go ahead and roll a religion check for me.
Uno momento. Oh.
I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
No, so
I only know Morden.
So you do recognize the figure. So this is you recognize the figure. It is Torm. You can tell that by the hand of Torm that you see on the shield. That is his holy symbol. You definitely recognize that. But you don't, in terms of like the significance of the altar, that kind of thing, you don't really pick anything out. You see to your left and your right are some holy fonts with
faded out on us.
Oh, can you hear me?
Or at least on me.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I don't hear him anymore either.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Just now I did.
I heard something.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting like weird server connection issues or what the fuck is going on. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So what you see, all right, so back to what you see here, Olin. So on your left and your right are holy fonts with what you would imagine would be holy water in them. There is a dead body here that is completely defleshed. There is no skin left on this body. It is just raw meat and bone and a puddle of its own blood. Around this altar, you can see there are candelabras with flashing candles. There is some kind of large switch, some kind of a lever in a box that is mounted to the floor over here on the left-hand side that you can see as well. You can see that there is some kind of other weird puddle of liquid here, and there is blood stains kind of leading up to the left from where you're at. That's going to bring us to Severius. So you see Olin move through the curtain and kind of move up and stop and assess.
All right, I'm going to move up as well with the curtain.
Okay, so the same stuff I was just telling Olin, you see as well. You can see like what would look like holy water fountains on the left and right. You literally came right past that torn up body, and ahead of you, you can see the altar with the statue, the armored statue of Torm on top of it.
Severius, what do you make of that statue?
I think that's a statue of Torm.
I concur.
I guess I'll inspect the statue.
Okay, so if you want to, so if you're gonna, so it depends. If you want to move up and actively investigate, that would be an investigation. If you want to try and see what you can figure out from where you are right now, it's just going to be perception.
Okay, I'll do a perception from where I am right now.
Okay. So it's, you know that this is some kind of central altar. Chances are this is kind of the like dead center in the cathedral. that's going to bring us back to the top of the order to Castiel.
Hey, look, a statue. I'm going this way.
All right, as you come up around the corner, you can see that there is...
That's my last gun.
Yep. So what you see here is on your left and right, these are curtains as well, but the curtains are drawn back. It's like the chains that they hang from in the ceiling. The curtains have been pulled back so that this area is open. Here in front of you is an altar with candles on top of it. You can see that there are benches lined up on each side. There is a dead body of a woman laying here in the middle in blood. And just kind of out of the corner of your eye, you can see there might be some other bodies over here. You can also see that there is like a holy water font over here, and another curtain that you can kind of just see at the very extent of your vision. Up here to the north is another passage with the curtains drawn back on each side. This is a pillar behind this this altar, this little altar. There's a pillar that goes all the way up to the ceiling. Over here is more broken stained glass windows that look outside.
Can I do a perception check to see if that woman looks like she's with the other warriors that I see, or is she something different?
Sure. You can roll a perception. See what you figure out from there. You don't...
Nothing.
As a matter of fact, as you look at her, she disappears. You don't even perceive her at all anymore.
Did I say it was a woman?
She's...
It's just a bunch of women.
The blue of her... So Castiel is colorblind to blues, and because she's wearing a blue dress on a blue carpet, she disappears in front of you. That is going to bring us to Audrey. I will, since everybody has kind of either taken dashes or moved farther than they normally move, if you guys want to move up a little bit closer, I am going to pull the NPCs up here to be just on the other side of the curtain, because Sir Lancelot is going to be following his mighty paladin, and everybody else is staying with him.
Yeah, so since the NPCs left me behind, I'm going to go ahead and try and catch up to them.
Yeah, I'm going to pull you up to just the other side of the curtain, kind of where everybody else went through. So you can kind of see what they're seeing on the other side here. So this is that statue to Torm that's up here. So as Audrey moves up, you can see some of the same things. You can sense that you're coming to the center of the cathedral, and there's this giant, magnificent statue to Torm, which let me have Audrey roll a perception for me. She's 15 passive, so let's see what she rolls here. Okay, so as Audrey steps through and kind of looks, moves up beside the NPCs and sees the statue, you see Olin and Severius have both stopped, and they're surveying the space, and very casually you whisper to them, "How come everything else in here has changed, but the statue still looks like Torm?" So Audrey recognizes that all the other artwork has been changed into these scenes of torment and hell, but the statue of Torm in front of you is still a statue of Torm.
I'm betting it has something to do with that lever.
Where's the lever again? Oh, on the left side. I see it now.
Yep, that's the lever right there. So that's going to bring us to everybody's favorite sorceress warlock, Alatar.
Well, since everybody fucking left me,
you can jump up there too, bro. Everybody else is they're all taking dash actions. Nobody wants to move slow.
Cool. Is there a statue up here? I heard.
That's it right there.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's the
not all
handle.
tortured looking like the rest of the stuff, by the way.
Looks neat. Who's that? Is it Torm?
That is Torm.
Oh, it's Torm. Hey, Torm. I'm Dad.
I'm Morden.
Okay. So you've moved up. That's going to bring us to Moon.
Moon's tired of chasing this guy who's fucking just flying around the place, so he's gonna move. Move right here.
Moon's gonna engage jetpack.
Oh, hey, there's everybody else in the group. He just kind of points over his shoulder at where the monk was and just shakes his head.
So with where Moon has gone, he still can't see everybody. They're still far enough behind these stone pillars that where Moon is, he just sees the blood in the altar, but he doesn't see everybody else. He'd have to go. Oh, now he can see Severius. He can see Severius. Okay, so that's going to bring us back to Olin. So what would Olin like to do? Moon is moving up. I'm actually just going to move him to there so you guys can kind of see him. You see Moon prowling along the edge right here. Anybody else get nervous when the monk goes running off on his own? Anyone? It's just
okay.
me? Is it just
You mean
me?
like every game?
I'm used to it.
I figure, we can probably heal him, maybe.
Probably. Maybe.
I
Occasionally.
think we're gonna have to fucking end up sewing them back together like Frankenstein.
If he loses his nuts somehow, I guess we'll just leave him off, as something, an experience he needs to learn from.
Lose my nuts. You act like I still have them. I'm part of the monistic tradition of the open hand, not the circle hand.
Open palm.
Monastic tradition of the hairy palm.
Monastic tradition of the rosy palms.
There's nothing quite like a shorn scrotum, I assure you. So what would Olin like to do? I see we've moved forward a little bit. So you're getting closer to the statue.
Am I close enough to take a closer look, examine this statue?
Sure. Do you want to investigate or do you want to perceive?
Perceive.
Okay.
Still.
Nope. So as you're checking it out, as you're looking over the altar, as you move closer to it, there is this sense of peace that seems to be emanating from the statue itself. Kind of like a sense of being rested or a sense of being at ease. There is definitely something coming off of this statue that feels welcoming. You have moved close enough, and in stopping to study it, you are beginning to feel that, but nobody else in the party recognizes this yet.
Okay. I guess that's it for me. Did we lose everybody?
Nope, I hear you. I hear
I hear
so up next is going to be Severius. I was just fixing something on my screen real quick. My apologies. So you see Olin has moved up kind of to the inner ring. You can see that there is, as you look up, as you move to this point, there were like a dome above you that had skylights, and what looks like at one point had been paintings, kind of like the Sistine Chapel. But these were of like Torm's great deeds as a deity. Again, though, but all of these above have either been broken or scarred, or they have changed into those pictures of torment that we've seen elsewhere. Though these pictures above him are more of like the archdevils of the Nine Hells, pit fiends, archdevils, that kind of thing. Just, leading massive swarms of lesser devils and against demons in the Blood War. So what would Severius like to do? Do you want to move up?
I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna dash.
All right.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Okay, so where you've moved up, you can see that there are more curtains here and here, but they've been pulled back so that you have like this open area that you can see down. You can see there are dead bodies laying in pools of blood. Some of the benches have been knocked around. At the end, kind of toward the far back, you can see there is like a pillar here that goes all the way up to the ceiling, with some kind of small altar directly in front of it with candles burning. You can see to the north, there are more curtains here, but they are fully closed. But there's a bunch of blood patterns leading through or under those curtains. There's another curtain up here, but you can't quite see where it goes or what it does.
I'm gonna take another look at the statue too. I'll try investigation this time.
Okay. Okay. So as you look over the statue, you recognize that this is it's a stone figure of Torm that has been carved and painted to look like an actual suit of armor. You see it's Torm's hand on his shield, the golden armor that he's often portrayed in. You too also get this kind of sense of peace or rest radiating off of the statue as you moved closer to it. So as you kind of walked past it, your paladin senses were a tingling, and you felt that same thing, that sense of rest or that sense of peace. That's going to bring us back to the top of the order to Castiel.
All right. Castiel's going to continue moving this way. And he sees the other curtains.
Okay. So as you pause there, let's see here. Boy. Bye. See that? Not.
There would be some angry music playing on Syrinscape right now if it was working.
So as you are standing there, all of a sudden, kind of through the curtains in front of you, you see some shit. You see so these are like large thug-like looking kind of heavy-set men wearing what looks like pirate gear almost, and then behind them, and they've got like chains around their neck leading back to this thing right here, who is holding on to it. And you can see there's other chains coming out of its hands, kind of going back through the curtains and off to its, or off to the right-hand side. I'm trying, you have seen this before. The flying spined devil that you guys fought on the bridge, Torm's Reach. This is one of those flying creatures with all the spines. The little tiny, they're kind of like a medium-sized devil. They're not quite like human size. They're a little bit bigger than halflings. And it's holding a set of chains that lead out to these steel or iron collars around the necks of these heavily bearded humans that are tied to it, and they see you. So this guy immediately screeches, and we're going to do that. And we're going to do that with you, and you're going to have to roll for initiative here. Did you guys just see all?
Yeah, we saw all of that.
Yeah, you saw a whole bunch of dice go flying by? Cool.
Yep, and we see
Yeah,
in
there's
the
a lot
chat
of 'em.
thing, bandit captains.
Yep,
Yep.
yep. So, all right, so that's going to be... Let me just fix that. Okay. So that is going to be, you move up. As you moved up to this point and looked north, you saw them move through the curtain. They saw you. You saw them. This thing screeches. I am going to say that from where you guys are, let me do this. Throw you guys in. Throw you in. So everybody should be in the initiative order now, except for the NPCs. You hear a screeching sound coming from over here. And actually from where, Severius, from where you are, you can actually see these things move through the curtain. They are not looking at you. You can see they are all facing to the west. And there is something back there that is like screeching. So everybody's going to want to go ahead and roll to get in on the initiative. And then we're going to start up a combat round.
Wait, what's happening? Are we in battle?
You're about to be.
But I'm looking at this sweet statue.
Yep. So the monk has found some friends, and you can hear the screech echoing through the place. So I'm going to let everybody roll to be in on initiative, but you're going to try and figure out where the fighting is and whether or not you'll be able to get there in time. I'm going to go ahead and roll for Moon just to get him into the order. And Moon rolled really fucking high because he's got super high dex. So it looks like Moon's going to go first unless Alatar can beat him.
What happened?
I need you to roll initiative, brother. Okay. So there's our order. I'm going to go ahead and set up and begin combat. Let me do that. And...
Oh, those bandits. Bandit captains?
yeah. So you guys
High initiative.
may remember you have fought something similar before. Do you remember the pirates that you fought in
The bar?
at the Elf Song Tavern? The boss? Yeah, there's 5 of them here. So Moon's gonna get to go first. So with Moon hearing this,
Sexy ogre chick.
he is gonna yeah. Skuna. He is gonna dash a little bit here toward where he remembers Castiel was, so he can get a little bit closer to Castiel. And then that's gonna bring us to our first bandit.
Moon should still be in stealth.
That bandit's gonna move up.
I think I might just throw that lever just because.
All right, that one can get close enough, so you're gonna get attacked on this one. Let me just check this. Okay, here we go. There's the first one. That's a miss. Here's our second one. That's going to be a hit. That's going to be a really hard hit. So that bandit captain steps up and does 3 attacks. He's got a scimitar in one hand and a dagger in the other, and he makes 2 attacks with the scimitar and 1 with the dagger. The first scimitar blow flies wide, but the way in which Castiel moves to try to dodge the other ones actually opens him up to those second 2 attacks, and he takes a pretty good smacking of damage on that last critical hit. That is going to bring us to Castiel. Oh, excuse me. I skipped past Audrey. Let me go back to Audrey.
Good. I just moved.
Okay. So if you want, you can move twice as much as normal if you want to take a dash on this. You're far enough away from combat that you probably wouldn't be able to get there, but you could definitely get closer if you go a full 50 feet.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, we just go ahead and go with Castiel.
Yep. All right.
I'll do the dash.
Cool. All right, so Castiel, we're up to you. So you've got this bandit captain that stepped forward.
All right. I got him targeted. First attack. Flurry of blows. First, that one misses. Second flurry of blow misses, and then my extra attack or my second attack also misses. That's it.
All right. So as you reel back from the slicing scimitars and daggers, you're able to land a counter blow, but the bandit is able to keep you off balance and unable to bring your full skills to the bear. Let's see here. He's gonna go there. Alatar.
Present.
So you hear something up here.
All right, I move up. I hear something up there. Can I see them now?
So you can just see Castiel and this guy that was beating on him.
Okay. Well, he's beating on him. He's gonna get a beating, and he's well within my wheelhouse. Heads up.
So the first Eldritch Blast comes flashing across the room, literally like right over Moon's head, and lances into the bandit captain. But the second runs wide. Pew pew from a distance. And let me
Over
just.
the fuse.
I love that long distance.
That's I think it's maybe a third of my distance.
Yeah, his distance for Eldritch Blast is fucking retarded now. That's gonna bring us to Severius.
Yeah, that is exactly 1/3 of the total distance I can throw that thing.
I guess I will dash. Out there. Yep, I think that's about as far as I can go.
Alrighty. So the Spine Devil is gonna move up a little bit. And the final Bandit Captain is also going to move up. Going around, folks, to get there, and that's going to bring us to Olin.
Okay, as a bonus action, Olin's going to shout out, "Unless anybody tells me not to, I'm going to throw that lever."
Don't throw the lever.
Don't throw the lever yet.
More important things going on.
You said no?
Your
Back
DM
away
says,
from the lever.
pull the fucking lever. Pull it.
Alatar's like,
No.
if I can hit somebody from 100 feet, I can definitely hit them from 5.
I'm pulling it anyway.
All right, so as you move up and you pull the lever, you hear a grinding noise. And then behind you, come here. Let me make sure that's changing.
Do we still have that blessing too from the organ?
Yep, so everybody still has a D8. So behind you, you see this, all of a sudden, like the front of the altar slowly slides down and a door is revealed at the front of the altar. Can you guys see, can you see that now if you look at it?
I can see a door
Oh,
there.
cool. Yep, wanted to make sure I had put it on the map correctly. Yep, there's a door at the front of the altar now. So I would say that is, you have moved and taken a physical action. Technically, you could still do a bonus or take an attack action if you have anything you could use from that distance.
Well,
I should say a bonus action or additional. If you didn't go your full 25 feet, you could take more space. But the switch is technically the use of an object, which would be a action in combat.
yeah, I don't think I really have much else.
Okay.
Well, I guess maybe at this point it would be appropriate because we may need it. I'm going to go ahead and take a bonus action and cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Let's see here. Within range, what's 60 feet? So 60 feet from me, I will cast a Spiritual Weapon.
So you can get it in there, and then you can move it on your turn. So
Yeah, so I'll cast it, as far, close to the assholes as I can.
okay,
And the
And
bandits.
then, yes, the asshole and the bandits that are in front of him.
Is that asshole in the bandit 2 or asshole in the bandit 1?
Smoking the asshole bandits.
let me do that.
So yeah, then my next turn I'll be able to use bonus action to move it.
Okay,
I
That's
wanna
gonna-
call up it's a lot too. I'm gonna want him to engage.
all right. So we will add him into the turn order. That brings us to the top of the order, which is Moon. Okay, so where do you want to have me put Moon here, bro?
I'm right on my hip. Right where my thing is. Yep.
You want to do attack?
Attack that guy.
Okay,
Because that gives him the sneak attack, right? Because we're both
you got it.
on that same person.
Yep, you got it. So he's gonna attack. He gets to attack with his rapier. Which allows him to do. Let me just check something here. So he gets to do sneak. He then gets to do his offhand. Where's his dagger?
Silvered dagger.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what I think this is the... No, don't count that. I did the wrong Fucking, I always forget the wrong key. It's supposed to be with advantage because you're next to him. He gets advantage on these things. And he gets sneak attack on that as well.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, the fucking rogue. So at this level, the rogue does a lot of fucking damage, dude. And he then gets to do he can disengage using cunning action, so he can basically back up. So he was here, he did what? So he could move 5 feet back. Like he could jump behind you. Or we can leave him where he is.
I'd leave him where he is. He's nearly killed that guy. We're holding the doorway, or the curtain way. We got a spiritual weapon on its way up.
All right, so we're going to hold him there. That's going to bring us to the bandit captain. He's going to do his 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. And he hits on... Yeah, it didn't pick up the first one for some reason, so let me re-roll it. All right, so he steps up and again, you know, they do these sweeping attacks back and forth with their scimitars and their knives, and he actually, as Moon is focused on the pirate in front of Castiel, this one steps up beside him and is able to land a fury of blows against Moon. That's going to bring us to this guy.
He's used one of his uncanny dodges. It's a reaction. When an attacker you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attacker's damage against you.
Can certainly do that. So let me look at here. He took 4, 6, and 9. So we'll say the first one.
Yeah.
So he should get
4 back.
5 back. Whoa. No, that was not what I wanted to do. Oh.
You only left him with 5. He had 16 more plus 5, so 21 more. 26 total, I think.
So let me... What the fuck is going on? So he had 30... I'm just going to do that. I want to just reset. So he had 33. He takes...
Plus he had 7.
He took the...
Plus he had the 7 temporary.
If the 7 temporary hits get used, though, they don't get refilled.
Yeah,
right, but he didn't give it back to him. This is his first time being hit. But he technically had 40 hit points to start. We got 4, 10, 14 points off of 40, so 36.
There we go.
No,
For some reason,
26.
for some reason, it's like it's being really weird with the. I don't know if it's because everybody's clicking on them or what, but I'm trying to change the health. It keeps overriding it. Okay, so he took...
You should have 26 hit points left.
So there's half of the 9. Why?
Just needs the 4 more.
There.
There he's right now.
Cool. All right, that is then... Take the targeting off of him. That's going to bring us to this bandit captain, who is going to step up and attack as well. So he gets to do his 3... which I'm guessing he's going to take his uncanny action on that one.
he can only do it once per turn. It hasn't come to his turn again.
Yeah, it's once per, yep. One reaction. So that's gonna hit. Second scimitar. Misses. And then the dagger hits. So Moon is now bloodied. He is getting beat the fuck up. That is gonna bring us back to the initial bandit, who is near death, but he is going to attack Castiel. Missed the second time, and then the dagger will hit. So both Castiel and Moon are taking a flurry of blows up here at the top. That's going to bring us to Audrey. Yeah, you
Give me
can
1
get.
second. I have no idea what that red circle is that it just made. Sorry.
That's the explosion radius of the missile you're calling in.
Yeah.
Orbital strike.
I'm sorry. It's just it's all black. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going.
So if you want to do your 25 feet, I would suggest maybe to here to start and see what you can see. And then if you want to do a dash, you can do another 25 after that. That'll at least get you up to see around the curtain a little bit, to where you can hear all the noise and fun times happening.
So I'll move the 25 feet to that spot.
Okay. So from where you're at now, you should be able to see. We've got Moon and Castiel here, and you can see that there are 3 bandits directly in front of them that you can see. And you can kind of see a part of a third one or a fourth one up here that hasn't come around the corner completely. And then right here is Olin's spiritual weapon moving up as well.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot the dude with my.
Okay, which one do you want to shoot? Yeah, Audrey got a heavy crossbow off of the Merregon while you were... That unfortunately is going to be a miss. Unless you want to use your D8. To add to that attack roll. And she does. That is going to be a hit with a 19. So we can... How the fuck do we... It's a 1d10 plus 3, I believe. Let me just check that for you here. because it's 1 plus your dexterity. So 1d10, and your dexterity is a plus 2, actually. So she rolled a perfect 10, so that's going to be 12 damage. So let me go ahead and hit that guy for 12. Minus 12. Very nice. So as Audrey steps up around the corner, heavy crossbow at the ready, she fires off, and actually she banks the shot, and it looked like it was going to miss at first, but it auto-corrects and slams into the shoulder of the bandit as he is attacking Moon. Any bonus action?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Castiel.
All right, I'm gonna attack the guy in front of me. I should have targeted him.
Yep.
Let me click him.
That's going to be a hit.
Doesn't kill him though, does it?
Very close, but no.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do my extra attack on him.
That is a hit and a kill. So as you...
Alright,
Oh, you got to do a hit for what you need.
then for my bonus action, I'm gonna attack the guy in front of Moon with an unarmed.
There you go.
Bitch slapped that guy in the last week, but as my special action, I'm also gonna do stunning strike and spend the key to do it. He has to succeed a Constitution of a DC 14, or he will be stunned until my next turn.
All right, so he is going to be stunned. So let's do that. Okay, he is stunned. That's going to bring us to... anything else? That should be action, reactions, bonus actions, additional actions, special actions.
Actually, I'm going to play Leapfrog here. Since he's stunned and the other guy's dead, I'm going to hop over to this side of Moon.
Okay.
And then that is my turn.
This guy's going to go there. He sees you knocking people out and everything else, so that means you're going to be the target for him. First is a miss. Oh, that's a horrible miss. So he is going to have to... So he now has a level of exhaustion, which means that he has disadvantage on any ability check.
Ooh, he stabbed himself right in the wiener.
How did you dick punch yourself? I don't know, man.
There. So he's got exhaustion on him. Let me just check something here real quick. Yep. So his movement doesn't get affected yet with exhaustion 1, but he does have disadvantage on any ability checks that he tries to take. And because he auto fails that, we're going to skip the third attack and move to Alatar. This guy basically moves up and gets caught in the curtain as he tries to move past the other pirate. His first slash goes wide. The second one literally gets caught in the curtain on the backhand and spins him around, bouncing off the wall. And he just realizes he's super tired.
Super tired. So if he is at disadvantage for ability checks, I think I'm gonna cast Crown of Madness on him.
That's a wisdom saving throw, right? Yep. He fails, so he's got Crown of Madness.
Excellent.
Just reminding myself, it's at he has to, before he does anything else, he's got to attack a creature other than itself that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
And does he do that wisdom saving throw at the end? So it starts off, he attacks whatever you want him to attack, and it ends with him trying to do another wisdom throw. Got it. Okay. So that's going to be your action. Do you want to take any movement?
I moved up.
Oh,
I
cool.
did. I moved up.
Cool. Thank you, sir. That brings us to Severius.
All right. Right there. I'm gonna dash. Right there.
Okay. So the dash is both of your actions. Do you have any? Do you have a bonus action? Actually, I think let me just check something. I think the additional distance is the bonus action. Right? No, I don't think I think you can still use a bonus action. It's just that is your combat action for the round. So you can't attack anything, but if you had a bonus action that you wanted to set up for the next round, you could.
Like a curse, perhaps?
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the guy in front of me.
Okay. Target him and go ahead and cast.
T for target? Yeah.
You got it.
You targeting the guy that has the Crown of Madness on him?
Yeah. So this guy right in front of you, the one that you're targeting, just to let you know, this is the one that Alatar just cast Crown of Madness on, so he is charmed, and he will attack whatever Alatar tells him to attack.
Okay. Well, that sucks. Then I will target that guy. And can I do that from 2 spaces away?
Yeah. Hunter's Mark is, I think, up to 60 feet. Or more, possibly.
It seemed to... There it is. Okay.
It might just be line of sight. I don't know.
Yeah, I forget, but it should be able to put it on him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's new. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's one of the new animations. So he's got Hunter's Mark on him. Let me, I don't, hey, you know what? I need to make a Hunter's Mark because I don't have one. So I'm just going to put,
He just needs to be a hashtag.
yeah, I'm just going to, not dead. That doesn't work. Let's just do that. We're going to put that sign on him to let us know that he is a Hunter's Mark on him. Okay, so that's going to be your movement, your bonus action. That's going to bring us to the Spine Devil, who is going to step over 1. It's going to fire, so from where it's at, it's just going to fire off a Tailspine at Moon and miss. Just going to bring us up to this guy. Poor Moon is not in a good spot. That's a miss. That's going to be a hit for 6, but we're going to look at something here in a second. And that's a hit for 7. So he can use his Uncanny Dodge again because it's a new round of combat. So he can get 4 hit points back. The problem was, so he took... Yeah, so Moon is now near death, my friends. He was down there for a second until I adjusted it. So that brings us to Sir Lancelot.
Rough dash. What's his travel? 50?
Yeah, he can go up to 100 feet.
He's gonna go right there.
Okay. And okay, Olin.
Okay.
Want to start with moving your spiritual weapon, or do you want to end there?
Yeah, we can start with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. So from what you can see from where you're at, you see everybody kind of goes rushing up. So this is the one that has the crown of thorns on it, crown of madness. This one's got a hunter's mark. This one is stunned. This one's beating the living shit out of Moon.
Okay. I would probably try to assist Moon as best I could. So yeah, that thing can move 20 feet, I think.
That's your 20. 15 to 20, so it's right there. We can attack.
We'll attack that guy.
All right, so the spiritual weapon, let me just go here real quick. So it's 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier, so 1d8 plus 6. Jesus Christ, you have a high attack mod.
1d8 plus 6.
Yeah. All right, so let me go minus 10. So your spiritual weapon goes sliding eerily through the air. You can hear the clang and rumble of hammer on anvil, and it moves up. And as the pirate is dancing around with Moon, it just comes in and swats right into his rib cage, knocking him back. Yeah, knocking him back for Moon a couple of paces. Okay, so that's the spiritual weapon. Now, what? Which count? Yep. So that counts as your bonus action. So you still have your movement and your actual action left to you.
Yeah, and I think what I want to do, I got to be 60 feet within 60 feet of Moon. Currently, I'm 80 feet away. I got to move 20. I'll move my movement up 25, I guess. All right, that's 25.
Casting Healing Word is a level 2 spell.
Indeed.
There we go. So Moon feels the restorative powers of Morden settle into him. He is still bloodied, however. He has taken a lot of damage thus far. But that definitely helps keep him on his feet a little bit longer. All right, so that's bonus action, movement, and action. So that's going to bring us to Moon. Okay, so...
Question on Rogue.
Yeah.
His advantage rolls as long as he's standing next to one of us? Or is it if there's two people on the person he's attacking?
No, so he can get his sneak attack if he has advantage, or if someone is next to his target. He gets to do his sneak attack on both his main hand and his offhand. I gave him advantage on that one roll because he came up and attacked somebody. He came sprinting up and did a quick attack on a guy who was trying to attack you. I just gave him a freebie as he moved in.
Okay, well, my thoughts are he's going to attack that guy that I'm highlighted on. One that just attacked him.
All right,
Because the other one in front of him is stunned and hurt. The other one's been hunter's marked and has 3 other guys that are going to be able to beat the shit out of him.
Let me pause for a second. No, that will work. The spiritual weapon is there. I'm sorry. That works. So he misses on the rapier. Let's try the dagger. That hits, so he gets the sneak attack on that as well.
Okay.
And then he can actually use his cunning action as his bonus to disengage. So he is actually going to...
He only gets 1 attack and then his offhand?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not up to 2 attacks yet, huh?
Nope.
Well, bummer.
I don't believe so.
That's why I was just looking real quick.
Yeah, he is gonna do this.
I don't see it either, so.
Yeah, because he can land that sneak attack damage so often, it would be super overpowered. So he's actually going to disengage and back out like that to get out of combat, or out of direct range, I should say. And that's going to bring us to this guy who is going to attack Castiel. So this is the one that has Hunter's Mark on him. We'll do that. And that.
And I'm down.
All right, so, yep. So with that, Castiel drops, and it's going to have to roll some death saves here. That's going to bring us to... Okay, this one is stunned. Does it say stunned on 1 turn, or stunned until you drop? How does that... I forget.
It's supposed to be stunned till the end of my turn. So my turn was going to be next.
Gotcha.
He was going to miss the turn.
Okay. So he misses that turn. He is dead. So let me just remove him from it. That's going to bring us to Audrey.
All right, I'm going to move up.
Audrey moves up. She sees Moon looking a little bit worse for wear. Sir Lancelot trying to catch his breath after a sprint. Severius standing next to a target that has this crazy crown of thorns around its head. Castiel is on the ground, unconscious.
All right, I'm going to shoot at the spiny devil.
Okay. That is going to be a hit. It didn't roll the damage, though. Should be 1d8 plus 2, I believe, is what we were looking at before.
No, it was a D10.
1d10, that's right. 1d10 plus 2. Yeah, 1d10 plus your dexterity mod, which is a 2. So 1d10 plus 2 damage. What do we got?
What?
Why does it say minus
+3 and you
3?
said minus
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
let's
2.
let's re-roll that. So that's going to be 8 damage. Minus 8 on our spine devil friend. So Audrey comes running up, reloading the heavy crossbow. This giant death-slinging crossbow that she pulls up to her shoulder. This thing is almost the same size as she is, and as she fires it, it almost knocks her back a step. But this heavy crossbow bolt, Severius, you can literally hear this thing go whistling past your horns. But the spiny devil is actually floating about 15 feet up in the air. So getting the angle perfectly correct, Audrey is able to lance that crossbow bolt right up around that corner over your heads, and it slams into the center chest of the spiny devil, and it screeches out in pain, and you see it actually, it flutters down to the ground and lands no longer flying. It is injured, but it is not dead. Let me go ahead and remove that. Any bonus action? That is going to bring us to Castiel's first death save.
Action. Can I do a bonus action healing word?
Sure.
On
yeah, healing word is a bonus action, so you can certainly cast it if you want to.
Oh wait, I changed that to Castiel. Can I reach him? Yeah, I can reach.
Okay. And just like that, Castiel is no longer unconscious. What I am going to say, though, is that because you dropped, right now we're going to list you as prone. Just because you had fallen to the ground, so you are going to have to use part of your turn here to stand up, unless you want to attack from the ground. So that's going to bring us to Castiel.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I get up.
Okay, so that's going to be your action. Do you have a bonus action? Healing potion. Parachute.
I'm gonna use Step of the Wind. We'll go on there. Which lets me take the disengage.
Okay. So that's a bonus action. You can use one of your key points. And you can move out of the way. Cool. Okay. That's going to bring us to the bandit captain that is being controlled. So, Alatar, what do you want him to do?
He's going to go attack his buddy there that's badly injured just to his left.
All right. So, this guy here?
This guy here. One I just targeted.
This guy right here.
That one, yes.
Okay. So, he is going to step forward. Target. Here's the fun part. He gets multi-attack.
Yeah, he does.
There's number 1, which hits. There's number 2.
I never liked you, Larry.
Which hits. And there's the dagger. All 3 of which hit. And then he's got to do another, was it a wisdom saving throw?
It was, yes.
Yes.
Do you remember what the difficulty on that was?
That difficulty was 33.
Let's see. Crown of Madness. Oh, it's mine. So it's that I think that does it.
So yeah, he rolled a 19 and a 17. So even with the 17 and his +2 on wisdom, he's gonna fight off the effects of the crown. Okay. So he is no longer gonna be under yoke control, but his friends are not gonna be happy with him. And then that makes it your turn.
Sweet. I will move up a bit here. And yeah, I'll fucking target him just to make matters worse.
Add insult to injury. So that's a miss.
And they're both misses. Well,
Just Eldritch Blast flying all over the room, but not landing.
I'm just I'm illuminating that he was an asshole to his friends, so they can let him know how they feel about it.
They are, so we could call them. They are fireworks of his ignorance.
They're revenge flares.
Perfect, revenge flares. That is going to bring us to Severius. So you've got the one with the hunter's mark, about 5-10 feet away. Oh, you know what I didn't do? This one that was stunned should not be stunned, right? Was it let me ask Castiel, is it a saving throw or he's just stunned for the one round?
Done. His stun is over. So
All right,
it was my turn was over.
Cool. Let me take that off of him then. So you've got the hunter's mark, and then you've got 3 of them that have been beat on a little bit here.
Okay, I'm gonna. What does the hunter's mark do again? It's advantage, isn't it?
So until it ends, you deal an additional 1d6 to that target whenever you hit with a weapon attack.
But there's no advantage on hits.
No, I don't believe so. No. Nope.
Okay.
So as long as you land, you have to roll an additional d6.
Okay. I'm gonna take a swing. All right, that missed. I'm gonna swing again. Come on.
Unfortunately, that is also going to be a miss. So
That's my turn.
Yep, Severius has come running up, swinging his skull mace about. Unfortunately, it's not landing in the heat of battle as one of the pirates turns on the other ones, then suddenly comes to himself. He's, I'm so sorry, Larry. I did not mean to hurt you. And the other one comes out of his stun, like, what the fuck is happening? That's going to bring us to the Spiny Devil, who...
Doesn't have much choice.
Well, it's going to go there, and it's going to bite. I don't know how the fuck that just landed, but it did. Back to back. I rolled a critical, you rolled a critical. Very nice. So with the bite, I think, does poison damage if it hits. So you did not get that. So you're good with just the 44 slashing. Oh, that was your concentration throw, excuse me, which you made, so you didn't lose your hunter's mark. Good. And then he gets his tail spine. That's a miss. So the Spine Devil has this crossbow bolt sticking out of one of its wings. It comes running across the floor. Its spine's kind of clattering back and forth against itself, almost like a cricket when it rubs its legs. But it lashes out at Severius from below as Severius is trying to engage with the pirate. All right, this guy is going to be pretty pissed at Pirate Pete here.
Oh, poor Larry.
I don't know what would he do here? Would he try to attack the spiritual weapon? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, he can move through his space. It's just, it would be difficult terrain, but he's not going far, so he can step through to there. And he wouldn't get an attack of opportunity because he's not leaving a space adjacent to the spiritual weapon. So he's going to take a shot at Severius. I'm only going to roll criticals tonight.
Against me. Always against me. Fucking Christ.
Here's his second attack, which misses, and his third attack, which misses. See, I only hit you a third of the time, man. I don't know why you get upset. I only hit you a third of the time.
You shouldn't be hitting me at all.
3 times
You shouldn't
the
be
damage.
hitting me. You shouldn't be hitting me. Fucking 2 criticals in a row.
He only hits you 1 out of every 3 attacks, but every time he hits you, he rams the hilt right up your ass.
Every time he does it, it's a fucking critical.
It's a every time I.
has 40 HP, but hey, I just rolled a critical.
It's a triple knuckler. All right, so that's going to be Lancelot's turn.
Just move up and hit the guy right next to me.
So he gets to do his bite.
Fucking Christ.
Oh!
This is rigged. This shit is rigged.
You know, Ryan, maybe we should log on time next time.
Oh!
Well, you know what? I was actually ready for the 7 o'clock game.
You used all your good fucking rolls on Assassin's Creed.
So Purser Lancelot is going to be stunned for 1 round. He shook himself too hard, and his own jowls stunned him. That's going to bring us to Olin. So let's do that spiritual weapon first, just so that we can kind of stay consistent with that. Which one do you want to attack? The one right in front of him?
The guy that has the least amount of health.
So we'll say here.
And wait, didn't I hit the other guy before? It says the one right in front of it is uninjured.
No,
you hit the one. to the
he
left.
moved. Yeah. So this is the one that.
Got it.
Yeah, this is the one that had the crown of madness. This is the one that you were beating on.
Got it.
He just moved through to attack.
We'll stay with the same douchebag.
All right, go ahead and roll. And if it asks you to use a spell slot, just say no, because you've already got it out on the board. I don't know if it'll roll damage or not. I think you can. Yeah. And do that, so that's 5 damage.
I just chipped one of his teeth.
Yep. No, he's bloodied. He's definitely in pretty bad shape. So that's the bonus. That's your bonus. Now you can do an action and movement.
That's 25. I guess since range.
Very nice. Throw a little healing on Severius. That is going to bring us back to our main man, Moon.
Alright, he's gonna pull out the short bow. I think he's got one, right? Yep. And he's gonna go for the Spine Devil. With a short bow.
Get
Let me just
attack
check.
damage on that.
I'm pretty sure he does. Yep. Whoa, nice hit. So with that attack, so you see Moon kind of takes one knee to steady himself because he's taken a bunch of damage and he's bleeding all over the place. But he slides his weapons home and pulls his short bow off of his back, rapidly taking an arrow. He kind of has the bow turned slightly sideways, almost like a like cavalier style or horse riding, firing from horseback. But he uses the taking one knee to stabilize himself, lines up the shot, and is able to just sink it between the wall and Severius, and it takes the spine devil dead between the eyes. Its head just exploding in a splat of gore all over the ground as it falls dead beside Severius. That is going to bring us to our Hunter's Marked attacking Severius. Look, it's a miss. I rolled a 20 and that's a miss.
Thank fucking God.
Crit.
And another miss.
Blessing of the Forge. Blessing of the Forge.
I did, however, hit you with the dagger. So the you're keeping that concentration up, though.
Yeah,
You're
exactly what I need.
I mean, that's
my crit.
how many 20s have you rolled on that concentration now? That is going to then be this guy. He is gonna. Move around. He's going to take a shot at Sir Lancelot, who is stunned. So these should all be done with advantage.
Gary, don't give any advice, Leroy Jenkins. I don't need it.
5 hit points is coming in like a wrecking ball my next turn.
Fucking Usain Bolt over here, like doing the 100-yard dash.
It's really hard. We got people who go half your fucking regular movement speed. Like, look at me, the dwarf. I go 25 feet. I'm
I want to
like,
go run around the block 3 times and see if I can find somebody to attack me.
So this.
I got dwarves and halflings that move half my normal walking speed.
I'm
So
sick of waiting for you guys.
So as you are in deadly combat here, Severius, you see one of the pirates slinks around the back of the group as the spiritual weapon is swinging at its foes. Your stunned steed, as it lays there, the bandit steps up and attacks viciously, killing Sir Lancelot and sending your mystical steed back into the ether.
Oh well.
It's going over the Rainbow Bridge in hell.
Witness me. It brings us back to Audrey.
So that one that the hammer was swinging at, the one north of it,
Yep.
it's still saying uninjured. Didn't he get like
No,
5?
He was attacking this guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was, because this guy's bloodied. He's got the most damage, so he was trying to take him out.
Gotcha. Trying to help Severius out a little bit.
Unfortunately, that's going to be a miss.
I tried.
Any bonus action or additional movement?
Yeah, I'll throw some healing word at him.
Just make sure you target him. Otherwise, you're going to heal that pirate. There you go.
Nice heal.
Very nice.
A little bit helps.
Thank you.
Yep. Hang on.
It's targeted
that
though.
pirate.
Yeah, it did to the pirate. Let me undo that. And let me do plus... six on Severius. There we go.
And that's
Don't,
with the
don't worry,
7.
you'll crit him on the next round of combat.
And that is going to bring us to Castiel.
Attack the guy here. Targeted. Figuring everybody else has to get attack of opportunity to move away. Do a hammer. Alright. I'm going to add my 1d8.
Okay. So that would be a hit. So if you want to roll...
What is my damage on that fucking thing anyway? I gotta look. Unarmed strike.
1 plus your strength modifier.
Nope, I don't use strength modifier. As a monk. Unarmed
For
strike
you,
or
it's
monk
it's
modifier.
1d6 plus your dex mod. So 1d6 plus 3.
3. Four.
All right, let me do the minus 4.
Alright. Flurry of blows. Second one. And my final extra attack is a fumble, of course. So he can turn around and crit hit me.
Well,
That's like 6 fumbles in 2 games.
You weren't here earlier. I was throwing ones like they were like bread at the birds.
well, so that doesn't hurt you at all because there's nobody adjacent to him to attack you. So you get away with that fumble. That's going to bring us to this bandit captain who is going to just take 1 step forward.
Fucking Larry.
Fucking Larry. See, that's another miss on Severius. Yet another miss on Severius. Oh, I didn't mean to do that one. That one's garbage. Get rid of it. It's a miss anyway. With a 20, it's a miss. It was supposed to be a dagger, not the sword. So those are 3 misses. That's going to bring us to Alatar. So,
I'd be dead if I didn't have that extra 1. If I didn't have that blessing.
All right.
so as you
Come on,
are
Rolly Fingers.
as you are looking across the room, getting ready to launch off some more of your spells.
How long are you going to just sit back like this? Jump in there, get some blood in your teeth, man.
Alatar's eyeballing the Snorlax Snowball, which is a 5-foot sphere. So if I cast that there, it would encompass all 3, right?
Certainly could.
But if I cast it on like a square, then it gets everything around that.
So when you cast it, it'll give you a template that you can place. Yeah, it'll show, and then you can put it, and it should auto target things as you move it around. So usually, like a 5-foot square, I always tell people aim for a vertex. Aim for one of the cross sections. Don't put it in the middle of a square. Put it on a cross. So he succeeds. So he takes half the damage. Yep, so it did. I saw it. It subtracted the 4 instead of the 8. And it's just, yeah, it's just one round. It doesn't do this on each round, correct? Yeah. Okay. So you got.
But then wouldn't the ones above and below him also have to roll?
No, so it's because of where you placed it. So you can't hit all 3 of them. You could have hit 2 of them. So if you had,
Well, I see what I got it.
So like if you would put like that there, at the corner instead of in the center.
Yeah.
If you, I mean, you place it incorrectly. If you want, I'll roll on the other guy. We can leave that there, and see if he. What the hell is it? It's a DC saving of dexterity. And this guy gets disadvantage because he's got the exhaustion. So he got a 14. Do you know what the DC was?
Is it mine?
Let me just open it up here real quick. I can see.
Dexterity saving throw. It doesn't say what it
DC
is.
starts at, what is it, 10 plus his modifier?
Yeah, I want to say it's supposed to be a dexterity of I think it's 15, so he's going to fail on that because your attack mod is a plus. No, your spell DC is 13, and I don't think it says any mods on it. Let me just check here real quick. I can look at the actual details of the spell. It's a saving throw. Ability modifier is default. It's dexterity. Versus DC of 13. Yep. So he actually passes as well. So he's only going to take half the damage, which was 4.
That was mighty whitey. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. It's when you're lining up the spell template, sometimes it's weird because it basically gives you every square has what 9 different spots you can place it, because you can place it in the center of a line, center of the square, or on any of the corners.
I was trying to make sure I didn't encompass various on it as well.
Yep. Okay, so that's your attack action. Do you want to take any movement or a bonus?
No, I'm just gonna chill and let my fucking shield spout in my ear.
Cool. Severius.
Finally. Okay. I better hit this motherfucker. I'm gonna target the guy directly in front of me that's almost dead. And take a swing.
All right. So how do you want to do this? That is going to be a death blow. What does it look like?
It looks like me bringing my mace. I bat away his dagger with my shield, and I bring my mace overhead, right between his shoulder and his head, and it breaks his neck and twists it around, and I create a little crater in between the edge there, and wrench it back out again.
All right, so that guy is down. You still have a second attack.
Yep, I'm going to use it on the guy with the hunter's mark now.
Okay.
Come on. Fuck. All right.
So unfortunately, that one's going to be a miss. So as you turn and take a stab at your second opponent, you slip in some of the blood from the mangled corpse at your feet. That is going to bring us to Olin. So you've got your spiritual weapon set up here.
Okay, spiritual weapon is going to attack the guy immediately south of him.
Hang on one second here.
Should have gone for Larry.
Let me do that. All right. Yep. Take some movement up. There you go. Pick your regular action. So swingeth the holy taco.
Tell me, O Lord, who you want me to smite, and they shall be smoten. That's interesting. I'm not seeing Heaven's Fall in my inventory.
Oh, hang on a second.
See what happens when you let a halfling control your character for a while?
Whoa there, buddy.
It should be back.
You.
There, yep.
Yeah, we
Check her pockets.
I think we had removed it and I re-added it so that you could get the guiding bolt last time. I just didn't re-favorite it for you. That unfortunately is going to be a missed smoten.
All right.
Have you who is, let's keep your DM honest, who's used their D8?
I did.
I did.
I have not.
I have.
Alatar has not.
I should have used it last time.
And
I
I
think
don't.
it's just Audrey and I.
Moon hasn't used his, I don't think.
So if you would
I'll
like,
use D8 now.
if you would like to, you can.
I will. Because fuck Larry.
I mean, fuck Larry. Nobody
No
likes
whammies.
Larry. So that'd be an 11 plus the 3. Unfortunately, that's still gonna be a mess. 14 does not hit. That's gonna bring us back to Moon. So Moon still has his short bow out.
Needs to kill some shit.
I think
Sneak
Moon's
attack.
actually gonna move back in. He's gonna come back up to right here next to Ryan. And attack that one right next to him with the scimitar. Alright. Dagger.
That unfortunately is a miss. That should be a hit.
Alright, he's gonna sneak that.
There we go. So Moon's able to move up and in. If you want, he can use, he still has his cunning action as a bonus action. He could back out.
Yeah, I'll have him back out to like right here. Did that take the damage on that guy though? Cause it looked like you were targeted on Moon or something. It doesn't look like you took the damage.
No, it did. I see he took 7 and 4. This guy hadn't been hit. So the guy that he just hit hasn't really been hit yet. He's taken very limited because you guys were beating up on the other guys. This is the one that has the exhaustion. So he keeps somehow making his skill checks even though he's got an exhaustion with disadvantage on it. But it was his buddies that you guys were beating up on. He got crossed over twice by 2 other guys moving around. That brings us to... He's gonna attack Severius and miss with a 10. Attack again. Miss with a 12. Bring that old dagger back around.
God damn.
That one's gonna hit. That dagger's gonna hit. But you keep the concentration up so you don't lose the hunter's mark. That's gonna bring us to this guy. So if he's being smart, he would attack Castiel because Castiel's the one doing the damage.
It's not smart though. He's just
Look,
fucking
look at the way he's dressed.
raging dwarven ball of muscle here.
All right, so with that blow, he's going to knock Castiel unconscious again. His final blow is going to be at Olin with the dagger. which will be a miss. So Castiel is back down, unconscious again.
Yes, come on, let's play.
That's going to bring us to Audrey.
Okie dokie.
So we've got 3 pirates left standing here.
I'm going after Larry.
Fuck Larry. Larry's badly injured.
Fuck you, Larry.
Fucking Larry. That's gonna be a hit.
Nice.
Fuck you, Larry.
There we go. So that crossbow bolt goes slicing across the room. Any bonus action or additional movement?
Can I use the healing word?
You certainly can. Doo-doo-doo. Yep, you've got 2 more spell slots left, so you can take a bonus action on that if you want.
She's going to use it on Larry.
No, she...
I kind of like Larry.
So Castiel is back, but he's going to be prone again because he had... No, not that one. That one. Prone because he had dropped from his injuries, but he is back to 5 hit points. So Castiel, you can stand up if you like. What would you like to do?
I'm kicking this bitch.
I mean, you can attack while you're prone. It's just you do it with disadvantage.
Fine. I always set myself for disadvantage right there, right?
Hey, let me just check something real quick here.
I'm trying to
So
figure out how to set myself.
I think I've already got it set for you. Yep. So the prone actually adds all the keys. So if you just roll regularly, it should do it. Yep.
You're on the ground, you swung, and you punched yourself.
You hit yourself in the dick.
Himself in the dick.
I kicked the dwarf. Oh, exhaustion level 1.
All right, so you're still prone.
Still get my bonus attack. So I get an attack once.
But you now have exhaustion.
I still missed. All right, turn's over.
He's just this little mad monk ankle biter.
Flopping around, trying to kick somebody else and kicking himself in the head.
This guy's going to attack Olin just because his spiritual weapon's been taking swings at him.
Worried he's gonna roll another crit on Sparius.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a hit. That's going to be a miss. And then the dagger will be a hit. All right, so this guy comes slicing into Olin from the side as the holy weapon, or the spiritual weapon, has been kind of battering at him. He turns his back to Severius and decides to double down on our holy warrior. That's going to bring us to Alatar.
Seriously? What's this backline pussy shit? Are you a warrior or not? I want to feel bone and blood in our teeth. Move forward.
Your shield's calling you a pussy.
Yeah, my shield's not in control, though. That's the cool thing.
I'm meant for combat.
I am going to use my D8.
On which one? The first one?
Yeah.
That's a hit. You hit him with a 15.
Badass, man.
Bare minimum, baby.
So your Eldritch Blast looks like it is 1d10 plus your Charisma modifier. So 1d10 plus 2. For 6 damage. Let me go -6. There you go.
All right. I'm actually gonna move back a square.
Just in spite of the shield.
Yeah, just to spite your shield.
I'm meant for combat. You know what doesn't miss?
Charge.
Shield bashes don't miss.
Who's carrying who?
Who's holding the shield and who is it?
Okay, that's gonna bring us to Severius.
Okay, fuck this guy. God damn it.
Are you talking to yourself?
Fucker. I am talking to myself. Do it again.
That's gonna be a hit. There you go. Let me
I'm also got Hunter's Mark on that.
just ignore that concentration check. It doesn't mean shit. It's just because I have concentration to mark him for Hunter's Mark. Yep. So you have to do a D6, an additional D6.
Okay. 5. And
-5.
I'm also going to cast Divine Smite as well on him.
Okay. Woof. So Severius got tired of this guy and opened up a big old can of whoop ass. So this giant blast of radiant energy explodes from the skull mace of Merkel on that last attack. So you see like the green flash of the necrotic damage. You hear the impact of the mace as it bites into the bandit. And there's this giant flash of radiant energy that explodes out of him. It knocks the pirate back a step. He is near death, but not down. That brings us to Olin. Olin is in a target-rich environment. He's got 2 pirates that are badly injured and a breakdancing monk. So that's going to hit for 10. Oh, hang on a second there. Let me do this. So that pirate is now bloodied. So as your spiritual weapon attacks from behind, clangs into the pirate, knocking him forward a step. We're going to follow that up with the Holy Taco? Yes, we are. For another hit. There we go. So there's 20 damage in a round. Nothing to laugh at there. So the pirate in front of you is near death. Blood erupts from his mouth as between the spiritual weapon and the Holy Taco, it's almost like they both swung at the same time and decided to meet at the chest and back of that pirate. Blood explodes out of his mouth. He is close to death, but he is not down.
Fucking Larry.
Fucking Larry. Anything else on that turn?
Nah, I think that's it.
All right. So do we want to have Moon dart back in again? To his rapier.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, there's a hit. And a sneak attack.
Damn.
Yeah. And he gets his dagger. And a last sneak attack. Which is going to knock out that guy. And with that, he is going to go dancing back. He's going to moonwalk over the pews. Who's bad? That's right, Moon's bad. We have another dead bandit. So Moon comes loping, still leaking blood from his own wounds, but comes loping over the top of the benches and takes a leaping jump at this bandit who has been swinging at Olin, not seeing the tabaxi come flying over that last bench at him. He takes the rapier directly through the neck, and the dagger stabs down on top of his skull. Blood explodes out of his wounded face, and Moon literally just drops him down to the ground, pulls both of his weapons free, and then Moon walks back out. Alrighty.
Larry.
So we've got so now Larry's still up, Curly's down, Moa's about to attack Severius. That first one's going to be a hit. The second one's going to be a hit. And the dagger is going to be a miss. That's
Fuck your pirate captains. I don't ever want to see them ever again. I don't know why 5 pirate captains are in the middle of hell.
That's going to bring us back to Larry. Larry is not happy with Olin for the smacks and damage, so he's going to attack. First one hits. Second one misses. Dagger misses. So as he is near death, blood leaking out of his face, he takes 3 quick swings at Olin, but is unable to connect. That brings us to Audrey.
That dude's got to be dead now.
So you shot at, you shot at the one above. Yep. So that one is dead. So the one that was fighting Severius, who was just kind of raining down scimitar blows on your favorite paladin, takes a crossbow bolt to the chest, knocking him backward to the ground. His scimitar and dagger go flying out of his hands, clattering off the wall, sliding across the floor as he drops to a pool of blood beside Severius. Any additional action or movement you'd like to add?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Castiel, still prone, with exhaustion, misses on his first attack, misses on his second attack. Just fucking stand up, bro.
Just kick your feet around some more. Start flailing. Just flail.
Would have been fine, but if I stand up now, I lose all my turns. So.
Like a middle school kid in his first fight.
Standing up isn't your action, is it? It's just half your movement.
Yeah.
Way to ruin it for him, Corey.
I mean, I'm not trying to say, you're being obstinate or anything, but,
Fuck you and your 2 good legs. I hope you have 2 beautiful sons. Talented, articulate sons, and they know this pain.
So, you mean he can, start a fire with his mind?
That is going to bring us to Alatar.
Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me with your witchcraft. All right, who we got left here? We got one Sorpson. One poor sap left.
Oh yeah, stand back here, shoot things from a distance. Oh, tough guy. The monk's fighting on his back, for Christ's sakes.
Shut up, bitch. I'm killing people.
So what does that look like? So you've got this thing has been trying to hammer away at Olin. Castiel's on his back, kicking out at him like it's a rape defense course. The spiritual weapon is spinning around. What does this final Eldritch Blast look like as it takes poor Larry's life?
Alatar hears the blow of Castiel's safety whistle, and his hackles go up. He casts a warning shot ahead of the pirate bandit, and then throws one right into his mouth as he was throwing a gasp of relief for not being hit by the first one. And then a little bit of splatter lands on Castiel.
And that is the end of combat, my friends. Let me go ahead and award a little experience point.
Good thing we got the fighter that rape whistle.
Why did it not do that? It didn't auto-apply the XP. I will have to do that in between sessions. That's weird. It did 5 concentration checks and that didn't do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the prone because Castiel can get up. Everybody else is a little bit...
I don't know. He might want to stay down.
I can move at same speed as a halfling and a dwarf by crawling.
You'd be blessed with that kind of speed right now.
While blowing your rape whistle.
That was the air escaping my puckered asshole. It was not a whistle.
I imagine him going around on his knees like Dorf on Golf. Remember Tim Conway?
Fear tooth.
just to mock the halfling and the dwarf. Castiel just starts going around with his shoes on his knees.
Should have left him in the cage.
Okay, so you guys have got a dead spine devil, and you've got 5 dead pirates around you. We had gotten in terms of our marching order, it was Castiel that set that whole thing off. So we would actually be up to Audrey. So as you look around all these dead bodies and your torn and mangled friends, what would Audrey like to do?
Search the bodies for loot.
The bodies disappeared.
I just pulled them off the map, but there's 5 of them there, plus the body of the spine devil. If you would like to search them, you certainly can. You want to do
go for it.
Let's do a since it's active, let's do an investigation check. See what you find. So we don't see any we don't see any money or anything like that on them. As you kind of go through, looking at the bandits, the brigands, the spine devil doesn't have any clothes, that kind of thing on. They literally are just devils. But the brigands that you see there, their clothing is all kind of torn up, super dirty. They've all got long fingernails with dirt caked and crusted under them. The bodies reek of sulfur and sweat and human excrement. They've got ratty beards with all kinds of just crusty nonsense in them. They do each have, there are some decent scimitars and daggers that are here. As you look at them, they're base weapons. Nothing is silvered or magical. But you do notice that, each of them has an iron collar and an iron chain that leads back to the Spine Devil. He was leading them around as if they were pets or dogs of some kind.
We lost you.
Oh, still there? Yep. So, you can, if you want to grab some of the scimitars and daggers, you can do so. But there's no money on them, that kind of thing. They're, like I said, their clothes are completely tattered and filthy. These are, as they fought, they were kind of screaming incoherently. You would guess from looking at them, they were probably, mad or crazed from whatever brought them to Avernus. For all, they could have been pirates that just happened to be in the city, trading along the River Chianthar. Who knows how they got here, but they were certainly enslaved and being used by the Spine Devil in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I don't think I want anything. Anybody want anything? Some tattered clothes, some dagger stuff.
So we're probably near a good point to take a break. I know it's almost midnight for our East Coast friends. That's just about 4 hours we've been playing. I know we've got some folks here that are pretty beat up. Severius and Castiel are both near death. Moon is bloodied. Probably a good thing that you guys took a rest. Add your hit points and spell slots.
All right, everybody back up to the balcony. A long rest.
Roll up into a curtain and take a nap.
Time to put up some cots. So I would suggest, why don't we pause it there? We can pick up from this point when we get back together in 2 weeks. So keep in mind a couple things. Olin pulled that switch and revealed a secret door. That statue of Torm radiates some kind of sense of peace or ease when you guys get close to it. So there might be something to investigate there. And you're still in the High Hall Cathedral trying to figure out, where are all the people and where's Duke Ravengard?
We've basically gone about 50 feet.
I mean, you were upstairs.
But we've cleared a large portion of the bad guys out.
And we got the shit beat out of us.
Crap beat out of us. I swear, if I did not have that one, I'd be dead.
Come on, it's Czechoslovakia. It's like going into Wisconsin. Hey, I got the shit kicked out of me in Wisconsin once.
All right, everybody. That was a fun night. We will meet back up in 2 weeks and see if we can't figure out where Duke Ravengard is.